So today's topic will be I'm just going to wait for a few more people to come in. I know that there should be a whole big group of people coming in here soon from someone else's live, which should be ending in the next few minutes here. Well, we're going to look into, are women cooked at 25 years old now? And what is that like? You know what I mean? Like they're so ran through at 25, and they've been to all the clubs, they've been to, they've basically had about 10 years of really good dating by the time they're 25 years old, because these girls have boyfriends at like freaking 12 years old now. So they, by the time 25 rolls around, they're pretty cooked. So we'll look into that. I was going to wait till 8 o'clock, but I just decided earlier. What's up, Brian? What's up, Equilibrium? Anyone else in here? We'll just wait a little bit longer and go over the topic. I would say 25 is they're pretty cooked, even like 22.
As a 25-year-old who's trying to... Here are some of my dating red flags as a 25-year-old who's trying to date. This one might be a bit controversial, but if there's any sign of a female friend, I am absolutely running for the hills.
Oh my God. So, but you can have a male friend? Wow.
I don't want my man to have a lot of female friends. It's just not something that I'm comfortable with.
Why not? They're just friends, right? He's just a friend. She's just a friend.
And if he doesn't want me to have a lot of male friends, then I would respect that as well. What is it that you're getting from these female friends that you wouldn't get from your partner? And maybe that's just me being very insecure.
It is.
Or a bit protective over this imaginary man, but I just don't feel comfortable with my man going out with another woman, anyone that has very strong political beliefs.
So the only way that works is if it works for her, if she does that. Because she's going to say like, oh, this is my friend. I know him since childhood. He's harmless. Don't worry about him. He's just taking me out to get a couple of drinks after work. Don't worry about it. Like my whole family knows him. He's cool. That's what'll happen.
Towards anti-immigration. As a first-generation immigrant, I just don't really see myself being with anyone that doesn't believe that people have the right to move to a different country for a better life. And I just wouldn't feel comfortable introducing them to my family, my friends.
No one thinks it's wrong to move to another country. They think it's wrong if you do it illegally because it's breaking the law.
Flag is someone that goes out a lot and parties and drinks and does a lot of drugs. I feel like I'm in a different stage in my life where I want to be at home all the time. I'm just comfortable being in my own space. And if someone is constantly going out every single weekend, drinking, doing God knows what, I just don't think that that's the lifestyle that I want. One that has little to no ambition in life. And I don't necessarily mean that you have to want to climb a corporate ladder or you want to be the best footballer in the world. I want someone to push me to be a better person and vice versa. I don't think that you should feel confident in where you are in life all the time, because then you just don't really progress anywhere. Someone that is happy to talk online but has no intentions or any plans to meet up in person. I want to meet someone quite early on, because I just think once you text someone for a long time, you start to fabricate who they are as a person. And for me, the only way that you actually truly know if you like someone is if you meet them in person, you get to know them. And if you set up no expectations and no plans to meet up, then I don't really see the need to keep messaging each other. These are my red flags. I'm not saying that every woman feels the exact same way, but these are some things that I personally don't enjoy, and I don't think that I would date someone if they showed these signs. Here are some of my dating red flags as a 25-year-old who's trying to date.
Let's go through a few of these to get it.
Are you with me to go on a date while we talk about the fear of dating and how to get over it? It's no news that I only went on 2 dates last year, but if you guys didn't know me, I also probably went on like 5 the year before, 0 the year before that, maybe 2 the year before that. There's not a history of dating when it comes.
Please. So part of the problem is when they say dating, like what does that mean? You know, same thing how they say, oh, we're just hanging out. What does that mean? Like one time I was with a chick and she said, hey, do you mind if I hang out with someone else? And I didn't know that hang out meant like, do stuff. And luckily, um, I kind of like went back to her house to get my work boots and a couple things. And I just kind of had a strange feeling. And then I saw that they went out to a pizza place. And it's funny because my friend's sister was also in the pizza place. And I said, hey, like, do they look like they're together? Are they holding hands and stuff like that? So I kind of like busted them. So I didn't really get caught cheating. I got played a little bit just because I didn't think she would just, do something like that. I had her meet my parents like the week before. So like I didn't feel like I got screwed over. So dating can mean one thing, hanging out means another thing. Hooking up, they'll say, oh, I wasn't dating, but I was hooking up that whole time. You know what I mean? Dating is such a undefinable word because they always change everything means.
To me, I unfortunately got into the Reddit threads and I realized there's a misconception about me just going around hooking up with guys. Obviously, if you know me, that's not the case. I've gone years celibate. So obviously never had a
Please.
boyfriend, and I've never really dated normally. Like I've only ever been pretty love bombed, to be honest, or had a situationship where we didn't do normal dating.
See that? Had a situationship. See how what they always try to do is they buffer the lie by saying something that doesn't seem as bad, and then they lie about it. So they say like I haven't been dating or seeing anyone or anything. Like I was in a couple situationships, so that doesn't really count. It's like that means you're dating and seeing someone. That's what it is. Are you seeing if you're sleeping in someone's bed and fooling around, that means you're seeing somebody. They don't want to just be honest with how they're saying stuff.
So we just like hung out as friends, and I caught
We just hung out as friends. That's not dating. I just hung out with friends. Hung out as friends with a different guy every month.
I'm 25 now, but when I got out of college, I'd only been on like 2 real dates, and I didn't really know how to date. Like every time I would sign myself up for a date, oh my god, I can't believe I just said that. I would get so anxious. I would text my friends like, I can't go, I can't do it, I literally can't do it. And I think a lot of that also comes from being younger and having insecurities. Every time I would go on a date, instead of actually enjoying the date and trying to see if I actually liked the guy, I was just so anxious that I was going to say something wrong, or that he wasn't going to like me, that he wasn't going to like me. Now, that's literally no way to date someone, because the whole purpose of dating someone is seeing if they're compatible for you. And if you turn yourself into a version
in their mind, it's how do I just reject people? That's what their like version of it is.
You're not, then you're going to attract someone that's not compatible for you. That's where the social media presence thing comes in, because I do usually say no to dates. Unfortunately, we've talked about this. I have a strong male following sometimes. So I get a lot of scrutiny and like mean comments online constantly, and I always get male attention, even if it's unwanted. So I usually say no just because I don't feel like it. But in the situation I do like a guy, I used to kind of be like, I'm not even gonna go. Like in high school, fuck no. In college, no, I would not go. It just came into like 2 years after college where I finally was like forcing myself to go on dates to actually be a person. And the other day I was talking about this guy that I'm currently seeing, and I was like, like obviously like I don't live here. Like I don't know.
She's currently seeing. So she's not dating anyone. She's just seeing and hanging out with guys. That's all. That's not dating.
What's going on? But I told my friends I feel really comfortable. Like I'm actually going on dates like frequently, and I'm enjoying them, and I'm like being myself. I'm not like putting up a wall or like trying to be someone different. I think a lot of it comes from honestly just being more used to talking to people in general. I moved to New York City. I dated half my friends. I like asked them to go get coffee, and I had to like chat them up. So it's the same thing as that, just with the opposite sex. But with that social media comment, it's also different, because when I post something, it can be immediately scrutinized as me saying something about someone I'm seeing. And I'm not used to that as someone who just posts whatever they're thinking all the time and doesn't really look into any deeper meaning. It's also hard to have privacy. Like I've had people be like, oh my God, I saw you with the guy. I'm like, oh, okay. Like I didn't even know.
Yeah, because she's you have a hard time with privacy. Okay, and you're on social media saying how you don't date, but you hang out with guys, and they get pissed. They're like, oh, we saw you with another guy. If a woman is with a guy, she's probably either getting resources from him, having him do stuff, wasting his time, or hooking up with him, basically. They're not there playing chess.
Who I was. These are battles that I am currently learning how to migrate. Anyways, I'm leaving Sydney tomorrow, but I just think I'm happy that I'm putting myself out there. And you know what? It doesn't always have to mean it's going to be something insane or like not everything. I used to think I couldn't date unless I was going to marry them. Like, I don't know. Why can't I just see and experience someone and then figure it out later? I've also been hurt a lot, so I try to not put up a front, but I definitely do. And I think
You said you didn't date at all, so how are you getting hurt? Hey, look, I paused it at 3:04 unintentionally.
learning to get through that, it's progress. Anyways, I'll probably continue to not share most of my romantic life online because I just don't really like
As you're doing it right now. Wow.
doing that, to be honest. If you're someone like me who's never had a boyfriend and they're 25, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. I mean, also men suck, so like whatever. But like, don't be afraid to put yourself out there if you feel ready. Okay, love you girls. Wish me luck.
Wow. But you see how they do like a double speak. You know, they say whatever sounds more conservative at first, and then they walk it back and change the language. They walk it back. That's you know, it's just a common pattern I'm noticing. That has a copyright.
Sometimes I feel like I'm the only single person in all of New York that's not actively dating. I've been on one date in the last year and a half in New York
See the titties hanging out?
City, and I'm also 25 and I've never had a boyfriend. However,
Please. So you're 25, a quarter of the way through life. Men have been hitting on you constantly since you're about 15, and you've never had a boyfriend. So that means you got dick down all the time.
this is not a when is it my turn video because I actually fucking hate when girls say that. I'm at the pinnacle of my career, my health. I have the best friends. I live in New York. I'm always traveling. Trust me, I'm not putting
Always traveling means always getting banged out by, like, you know, the surf instructor and things like that.
in the effort to find a boyfriend. And I also, for me personally, would rather prioritize hanging out with people that I already love than finding someone new to love. That might sound crazy, but for me, going on a dating app and spending hours on there, you know, texting with different guys, they're never going to take priority over someone that I already know. I'd have to already have met them and really like them in order to make time for them in my life. That's just how it is right now. It might sound selfish, but that's just how I prioritize people. But I hate the stigma around like, oh my God, you're single. You've been single your whole life. That must be such a red flag. You obviously.
It is a red flag. She's good. She's attractive. She has no excuse to not have a guy in her life, and she should already be starting a family. So this is another. So they are cooked at 25. She hasn't had a boyfriend or dated or anything, according to her. We know it's BS. But even if that's true, how is she supposed to know how to treat a man and do everything like that if you're just getting started at 25 years old? She's going to say, like, you know, well, I don't want to date the first guy I go out with. I can't do that because you got to experience what other people are like. So that just will start to never end, basically.
Can't keep a man. You must be crazy. It makes me so upset.
Yeah, it's true. You can't keep a man and you are crazy. Yeah.
Because, like, why is the stigma?
When I was
Sometimes I feel like I'm the only single person in all of New York. Rather prioritize hanging out with people that I already love than finding. I have the best friends. I live in New York. I'm always traveling. Trust me, I'm not putting in the effort to find a boyfriend. And I also, for me personally, would rather prioritize hanging out with people that I already love than finding someone new to love. That might sound crazy, but for me,
hanging out with people who I already love. So that means banging guys that she already knows. Carlos put so many red flags already. no relationship experience, wasted money living in NYC, wasting money over traveling, jugs on full display. Yep, a whole bunch of red flags.
Going on a dating app and spending hours on there, texting with different guys, they're never going to take priority over someone that I already know. I'd have to already have met them and really like them in order to make time for them in my life. That's just how it is right now.
But listen to that. So she'll spend hours wasting time. It's funny. This video is almost 304 as well. But she'll spend hours. She just said she'll spend hours texting and
Already have
wasting
met
time.
them and really like them
Listen to that.
on there, texting with different guys.
Wait,
They're
sorry.
rather prioritize hanging out with people that I already love than finding someone new to love. That might sound crazy, but for me, going on a dating app and spending hours on there, texting with different guys, they're never going to take priority over someone that I already know. I'd have to already have met them
So it's a waste of time, but she'll waste it.
and really like them in order to make time for them in my life. That's just how it is right now. It might sound selfish, but that's just how I prioritize people. But I hate the stigma around like, oh my God, you're single. You've been single your whole life. That must be such a red flag. You obviously can't keep a man. You must be crazy. It makes me so upset because, like, why does the stigma always have to be that I'm the crazy one? In reality, it's just most of the time I'm just not dating, or that I've been burned by men in the past. I also, in the same vein, hate the stigma where it's girls that are
But if you weren't dating, how did you get burned? Herpes, that's how you got burned.
single that are complaining like, I'm never going to find the one. Why can everyone else find someone and I can't? I hate that mentality. I think it's a scarcity mentality. I think if you go out there saying things like that, you will end up alone because you aren't just expecting to be alone. You're going around the world thinking that you're a victim. Me, myself, and I, personally, I try to go around the world being like, I know I'm going to find the one, and I do believe that I will. I just think it's going to be later on in life for me because I have a lot to prioritize in my youth. If you believe in God or religion, I think God has a plan for me, and I just don't ever think that I'm not going to find the one. And if
God's plan was for you to not waste all this time and already start having kids at this age and stuff.
someone hurts me, I immediately cut ties. At this point in my life, it is not worth it for me to stay with a man just because I have a man. I'd much rather be alone. And I think that's what makes it so powerful to be single, is because I'm so comfortable with myself and I'm so comfortable being alone. I actually love being alone. So you'd have to be really
You love being alone, yet you're posting on TikTok to all these people because you need the validation of others. You don't really like being alone.
freaking cool and important and treat me really well for me to keep you in my life romantically. So I actually think we should twist the narrative that it's really freaking cool to be single, and it's also not required to go on a million dates. I feel like everyone on the internet is always like, oh my God, like dating is so fun in your 20s. Like, use them for a free meal, use them to learn more about yourself. And I don't
Listen to that. Listen to that.
and cool to be single, and it's also not required to go on a million dates. I feel like everyone on the internet is always like, oh my God, like dating is so fun in your 20s. Like, use them for a free meal, use them to learn more about yourself. And I don't think that's not true. Like, I am with it, but it's also okay if you don't want to date and don't put yourself out there at all. Like, that's also not a crime. You're allowed to just live your life and do la 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 fun things without always searching for a man or whatever.
That's saying be a 304. When do la 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 la. That's being a 304.
If you don't want to date and don't put yourself out there at all, like, that's also not a crime. You're allowed to just live your life and do la 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 fun things without always searching for a man or whatever sex obviously you choose to love. But I just think it's a little crazy that we deem our whole worth on if we're single or in a relationship. I've never once thought of that as a tactic of worth. I've always thought of it as just like an extra thing
See, she's like, I'm above that.
added on. I don't know. People are getting married and having babies, and I'm still never had my first boyfriend. So maybe my priorities are different than other people's.
I bet she's got banged a whole bunch, though.
I think it's really cool to be single, and I'm very okay with that. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only single person in all of New York that's not.
So we're kind of getting a theme going here.
When I was 25, I went up to a man and said, I think we should sleep together. That's something we should probably do. And he said, okay, and we continued to do that. And then we dated. The other day, I was talking to a man that I think is kind of cute, and mid-sentence, I turned around. I left the conversation. We made eye contact too long. I then muted him on all platforms. And the next time I saw him, I ignored him the entire time. And when he did ask me a question, I left the establishment, walked out mid question.
So you're just a rude, weird 304. Okay.
So if you're seeing this, know I'm in love with you. When I was 25,
Wow. Just what a mess. You know what I mean? Why can't they just be sincere about anything? That will get copyright or something.
I'm turning 40 this year, and comments like these break my heart. This girl is 25 years old, and she thinks that she'll never find anyone. In all of my years of experiences of dating and having been in a committed long-term relationship for 15 years that was extremely...
Trying to find 25-year-olds.
So as much as I love solo dating, I also like going out on dates. I am a huge fan of roster dating, and I think it's...
What does roster dating mean? Be a 304. That means go out like 4 days a week with different guys to different restaurants, get piped down by different ones, or just straight up waste their time. That's what it means. That's what I'm saying. At 25, they're cooked. Our grandmothers and moms are not having a roster of men that they were dating and getting piped down by and all this stuff.
so important, especially for women that are looking for maybe a long-term relationship, to not just be talking to one man. I'm also a huge fan of going out on dates for experiences. Let me tell you, the way that some of these men...
For experiences. Let's go back. And let's go
So
back.
as much as I love solo dating, I also like going out on dates. I am a huge fan of roster dating, and I think...
Huge fan of roster dating. I'm going to say Rost whore dating. She is busted up at only 25. Stay away, guys.
it's so important, especially for women that are looking for maybe a long-term relationship, to not just be talking to one man. I'm also a huge fan of going out on dates for experiences. Let me tell you, the way that some of these men, even for a first date, have pulled out more stops than my long-term relationships has been insane.
And she still doesn't appreciate it and stay with them. See how they're just using your time, guys? And they'll openly say it in front of you.
If you are lucky to be living in a city like New York, take advantage of being young in your 20s, having no real responsibilities, maybe besides rent and your career. But this is the time to meet other people and just see what you like. Let me tell you, it's also pretty good to know what you don't like, because that list is pretty big. So as much as I love
So the more they date, the more they're just going to find things they dislike, and they're just going to try to keep going.
I don't even know if I'm going to post this, but I just need to rant for a moment about the struggles
How the hell is she 25?
dating as a 25-year-old who is chronically single. I feel like I'm finally at a point in my life where I am actively trying to like pursue things, and it just goes horribly wrong every single time. And it's not like before I had this mindset of like actually really want to try. It's not like I was like I'm not doing anything or that it was any better, because it wasn't. But it's like now that I'm actually trying, like every time I have like a date scheduled or I'm talking to a guy, they just end up standing me up or ghosting me. And I don't understand. At a certain point, I know to my core who I am,
But she probably did that a lot herself.
what I want, that I'm an amazing person and I deserve the world and all that.
Please.
And I know that I'm not doing anything inherently wrong in these situations. It's just that the guys that
She
I
could never be wrong. It's always the guy's fault.
find are somehow all uncommunicative, and none of them are looking for actual relationships, even though like I tell them up front, like I want a relationship, and then they'll say like, oh yeah, that's fine, but then like down the road you find out, no, you actually just want to hook up. Why'd you waste both of our times? I don't get it. I don't know what the point of this is there's
See, it's funny. Why did you just waste both our times? When the other girls say, like, we love wasting your time, they'll say it.
It's been my opinion that the uglier, the beastier, the harder the life the 304 has lived, the less tolerant she is dealing with a lot of stuff. Whereas if you still got pretty privilege, you want all the male attention and all the male messing around and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Not really a point, other than at a certain point, you feel like, I know I'm not doing anything wrong. It's just the situations that occur when everything goes wrong every single time. It's like, wait, am I the problem?
Yes.
Even though I know I'm not. Obviously, I'm a human being and I'm not perfect.
See, this is the pattern that I've been pointing out this show. See how they front load it? I'm not the problem. I'm perfect. Or like, you know, I don't date guys. Also, I don't date. I haven't been on any dates, but I've been in. And then they talk for like another 30 seconds, but they say they've been in situationships. They always front end load it to sound more innocent and less 304-ish. And then they come in afterward and change the language. Like, oh, well, I had a couple guy best friends in a dating roster, but that's not really dating. You're like, well, what does you don't stand by anything you say. Like, women don't have honor in anything that they say or give a damn. They just try to, change the language.
I know that the situations I'm put in, it's just not for me, but it's still frustrating. Like, it's frustrating as shit. So I guess there's not really a point to this.
All right. I guess there's not a point to it then. Perfect.
You see the Netflix show Age of Attraction?
I couldn't click it just because.
Hannah, I couldn't even get through the first episode. I wanted to be like, what we learned here today is age actually does fucking matter. Like, here's the thing. If you're in your third, like, I think you go.
God damn, her voice is annoying. Oh, here's
Hey, y'all.
dating as a 25-year-old successful woman. This B-Dub's killing it, probably.
Just got off of work, and y'all know I got my little new car thing.
That is
so
a hard. I thought the last chick was a hard 25.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is a hard. She looks about 40.
Oh, but I want to talk about dating because I haven't updated y'all. I know y'all been seeing videos, and y'all just haven't really got an update. So here's the update. Okay, so I had to put some lip gloss on because my lips are dry. But if you see my other videos, you definitely see all the dates I've been on, all the get ready with me's for a decent amount of time now, like back to back to back.
Guys, remember, she's driving a car. She hasn't been looking at the road whatsoever.
So yes, I was dating. I did mention that was my favorite person at the time because it was. I mean, I was enjoying my time with him. We was going somewhere new every weekend. We was getting to know each other, yada, yada, yada. Now, everybody got that beginning stage where it's puppy love. It's so cute and, oh my God, we on each other so bad and it's whatever. Well, that was us, and then it died down. Now, when it died down, it was not on my behalf. I am a hopeless romantic, so if you make me happy, there is absolutely no reason I'm being an angry woman in a relationship. There's no need for that. Now, the one time you don't communicate or you upset me, I'm going to communicate my feelings.
Yeah, we know she'll get mad real quick.
Get her a McDonald's Big Mac Happy Meal.
That'll calm her down. Yeah, that's all you need to do. Yeah, yeah.
And let her keep the toy surprise. That'll make her happy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If she starts bitching a lot, just give her a Snickers bar and walk away. Go back in 10 minutes. She'll be fine.
A lot of men take that as arguments. Some men take that as let's talk about it. And
why would they take it as an argument? Why would a lot of men take it as an argument if you're telling us that it's not going to be? Because this B-Dub will get mad and like rhino charge you.
Let me never do it again. So I'm not going to lie. This is a person who had great communication skills. As soon as I, mentioned something, they responded back in a well-matured manner. Soon as I, stated something that made me upset. They corrected it. So everything was going great. I'm thinking like, y'all.
So they just bended to your will.
I might be in a relationship. Not gonna lie. Everything going great. And honestly, it was like 6 months. And I'm just like, okay, dating is cool. But like, what's next? Like, I need to know what's next. So, I brought up the topic of what we doing next type shit. Because I'm not the one to you're not going to just leave me on and think we're just friends. I don't know. So I just need clear what's next. So I asked what's next. Now, both of us agreed that, hey, with him just getting out of a relationship and I haven't been in one in 6 years, that maybe a relationship isn't the move right now, but we not just exiting it out the picture. We're still working towards it, just not soon type shit. So this is the agreement. I was like, cool with that, because I don't even know if I want to rush a relationship, because honestly, my next relationship needs to be my husband. Like, I'm tired of dating and figuring out if this person for me or not. Like, honestly, I'm trying to be one and done and call it one. Start my little family. I'm in my career. I just prefer this next person to be the last person. Now, mad y'all,
she probably works like TSA.
I only had one relationship in my life. This is not even a relationship. This is a situationship, and I'm already over it. Because I'm like, I don't think I ever want to date again. I'm probably good on dating. It's just genuinely the situation I was just in. He just honestly stopped communicating out of nowhere. I asked plenty of times, like, if I did something and how you do this, let me know. Nothing was said. I'm not begging a man to communicate. Like, we're beyond that now. And with us being 26, 25 years old, you would think like, okay, I done made it through the men who just don't say shit. And I really didn't. He fooled my ass, got me basically comfortable with him to just stop communicating and be an asshole. So I'm back at never dating again, and I think I'm gonna stick to it for real this time. The only reason I opened up to dating again this time was because I'm in a new state, so I'm like, it gotta be a new batch of niggas out here. It
Oh my god.
Oh my.
And that's exactly what you'll get too, sweetheart. Oh my god.
Wait, Keyshawn, what state are you in? She coming for you, bro. She coming for you.
Yeah, you're 19. You can be the young guy.
There's a new batch of ninjas.
Yeah. And you know what they do? You know what they do to her? They take her out to KFC, then bang her with the bucket on her head. Oh!
Oh my goodness.
But baby, after meeting that, I'm good on all y'all motherfuckers. I'm good on every male walking this earth, okay? And everybody say, oh, you
But she might end up being a lesbian.
shouldn't look, you shouldn't look. Baby, I wasn't looking. I looked, I didn't look. I've been single for 6 years. Come on now. What else y'all want me to do? How to sky fall from the ceiling with the niggas from heaven? Like, I'm confused. Like, do they gotta be heaven sent? Because the ones down on earth, baby, y'all could chalk them all up. Take them all with you. Go figure it out. But this is not, I don't even see myself dating to marry in this generation at all. And 9 times out of 10 will have to be somebody that's older and got heartbroken and is looking for that.
And has money.
Old school love, because baby, I'm good. Y'all can have.
Don't forget blind and willing to settle.
Blind and
blind,
basically,
desperate, and willing to settle.
Yeah, Stephen Hawking, basically.
All this shit, like anybody that wastes my time, honestly, and I can't get it back, just makes me upset. Just have a nice day. There's y'all update, because as y'all notice, ain't no more dates been popping up on my motherfucking page. I ain't been going nowhere. Ain't been doing nothing because of that exact thing. And honestly, I've grown to the point where I don't just do the, I'm just cut you off. I've been communicating. I've been understanding. I've been trying to get this person to, like, maybe if you're at the stage of you feel like you need to shut down, like, let me be this person to help somebody out of that situation when I was just there. Fuck that helping shit. I ain't helping nobody else.
putting like just drive. We don't need to see you look at the camera. I don't know why she has to look at the camera.
Look, she'll be like, baby boy, Jody, where you at? Where you at with my car, Jody?
Notice the seatbelt. She's too big to have a seatbelt on too.
You ever see that? You ever see that movie called Baby Boy with Tyrese and Taraji P. Henson?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I'll see if I can find a clip for you.
Sure.
Jody.
At this point, if you don't come as the package already, baby, y'all might as well wrap yourself up and deliver y'all ass to fuck Africa or something. Because I ain't got time. I ain't gonna lie. And honestly, it's like it fucks.
She's a 25-year-old successful woman, guys. She don't got time for that.
With you the most when you really got your shit together. Like, I'm in my career. I spent time healing. I spent time.
We'll see what her career is. I'm kind of guessing it's like TSA, DMV, something like that.
With myself. So like, I'm ready. But when you meet somebody that's not, and then to meet somebody that claims to be ready but really not, makes it even worse. And I think that's why I'm definitely over it, because these motherfuckers are disguise themselves so bad to the point where they'll date you for 5 months, take you out all the time, to then never want to talk, barely want to talk. I don't do all that, baby. You can really get the fuck out. So if anybody else is in their dating era, you're not the only one who over this shit, baby. Y'all can have all of it to come. Everybody say you should have had a roster.
And I should have had a roster.
Barely want to talk. I don't do all that, baby. You can really get the fuck out. So if anybody else is in their dating era, you're not the only one who over this shit, baby. Y'all can have all of it to come. Everybody say you should have had a roster from the beginning so you don't go through these situationships.
That's what a roster would be. It's a bunch of situationships. Wow.
I'm just not a roster girly. I just honestly feel like if I have a roster, I'm dogging every nigga on that roster. Just because.
Raw dogging it too.
How else can you not? Literally, you trying to get your attention to this man and that man, but then you lacking attention for that man, but then you got to give it back a little bit more on this day for this man, and then that might hurt the other man because the other man might got something going on, and they might need you to be like, bro, who's doing that? So no roster over here. It just won't be no man over here. I've made everything in my life work without a male present, from a father to a partner. Trust. We gonna get it done. Women always figure it out, and women always get it done. So
please see the smile on her face. She knows it's bullshit.
With that being said,
let's actually look into this chick a little bit more. Does she have gray hair? Is that gray hair there at 25? Jesus.
You and you can't even text me back. Why would I listen to you and you don't even respond to texts in an adequate amount of time?
Jesus, this is like Grimace. Let's see what her career is. Look at this hair. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey y'all, fresh off work, and look at what I did on my lunch break. So let me share with you.
See, they just consume bullshit, guys.
Because I went on my weekly roast trip, and this was the roast about my job.
She's doing this every week.
So let's see what I spent $60 on. I don't know if y'all heard, but basically at the end of January, Ross had a 49-cent sale, baby. I'm sick. I missed that. However, I was scoping all the clearance items out, and I found these on clearance, y'all. Look how cute.
All right, we'll stay on the topic.
Hey, y'all, just
about dating at 25. So, Secret, do you have a take on it? I know you like to date women in their 20s. Do you think women in the West are pretty much cooked at 25 years old?
Oh yeah.
Because that's kind of what I think too. Like 25 is actually more than 35. Like they're almost cooked at like 21 now.
Look, by the time a lot of these chicks are 25 out here, they already have a minimum of 15 bodies.
Exactly. Yeah.
And in regards to how our society, like I said, this society is it's just too gynocentric, too much rap, too much, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B and all this other, and WAP and all this other stuff. And the sense of entitlement is just 9,000. And the challenge is, and the challenge is for men is we really do have to have standards for ourselves. We have to have vision and direction and have fortitude. And too many men don't have an abundance mentality. And, and they get with these chicks and it's like, and they accept mediocrity thinking, it's the best they can get or the best they can do. And that's why I call it death by 1,000 concessions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, so when it comes to these women, I take the mentality, you need to be slow to hire, quick to fire. And a woman has to earn every effing thing she gets from you. And the way you hold yourself to that standard, the way you hold yourself to be able to insist on those standards is by becoming the best you can be. Because there's a saying, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The part of it too is that maybe it didn't always used to be that they're cooked at 25, but in the age of online dating and everything, with so many options, it's the I think it's called analysis paralysis. It's like same thing if you're going to watch a Netflix movie or something like that. There's literally thousands of movies, so there's so many options. You don't really end up picking one. You're like, oh, this movie could have just been like a little bit better, or it's missing this thing. So they always want the thing that they don't have, and they end up chasing it, and they can kind of get it for a little bit. That's the problem.
Well, it's the paradox of choice. And when you're inundated with choice after choice after choice, you always think of the BBD, not the BBC guy, the BBD, the bigger, better deal. With some of these chicks, it is about the BBC. But for the most part, it's about the BBD. These chicks always think there's a bigger, better deal. It's like that analogy about the department store. Each floor, the man gets better and better. Then by the time you get to the fourth floor, the man is everything, but then you still want to go a little bit more. And it's like, something, no, you get nothing now.
Yeah, but that teaches them to also be grateful for nothing too.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't really appreciate anything. The only thing they appreciate is, and it's a temporary appreciation of what was better than the last guy. But then once they get used to it, then they want it to be better again.
No spirit of gratitude. So someone once said to me, in regards to in the morning, like when you go to bed at night or wake up in the morning, think of something you're grateful. Like think of something you're grateful for, or you're going to think of something you're grateful for, because a person who can't find a person who doesn't have a spirit of gratitude, nothing is good enough. And unfortunately, the only exception, my personal opinion, is the only exception for dealing with 25-year-olds today is if this is someone you grew up with, elementary school, high school sweetheart, in college, and that's the only exception. But nowadays, a lot of these chicks, there was a time when a chick could just get up and go to another city and you would never know she was the project slore, and that everyone, and she was the neighborhood doorknob. Everyone got a turn. She can go and reinvent herself. But now with social media and everything, this is why they hate the manosphere, and this is why they hate community like ours, because we now have a voice. We now have a community, because before you know, what men wanted, what men's standards are, the trials and tribulations and things that men deal with. You know, we suffer in silence. You know, we get up, we put our pants on one leg at a time, we put our head down, and we just start swinging and going to work. While these chicks, you know, they had daytime talk shows, magazines, and all this other stuff.
These chicks are swinging at work.
Swinging at
Oh,
work. Exactly. And now, you know, we're able to have a voice and have a community. And that's why, you know, this day and age, there's no excuse for a man, especially above average man, who did all the right things, you know, got his education, whether formal or informal, built himself into something, made the sacrifices, saved, grew, invested, has more than two nickels to rub together, and more than two brain cells. And now that you are at your peak, you want to settle for these chicks on their decline? Come on, that's ass backwards.
Yeah. That's another thing. They're like, oh, I'm all done with playing games and all this bull, because it's like, because they've been ran through and they're sick of it. So now they're like, they kind of realize, oh, like, I'm starting to need some stability. This job sucks. Like, I'm not really doing anything. My career is like the bullshit one. So they want someone to be the scapegoat, but it's like, you know, how many times have you been with a girl and you hooked up like right away? You know,
all the time.
All the time, which I'm saying is fine, but it's just like, you know, I know that most girls have done that with someone else, so it just makes you not want them, because you know what I mean. They're making you jump through hoops and to get some, and it's just like no, like you know, I want you to desire me and not have to play all these games, and that can happen too. You can still. I'm not saying it's impossible.
Well, no, but let me tell you, man, a secret. I'm gonna tell you, man, a secret. The chicks who say that they're done playing these games, that they done raise their standards and everything like that, they're lying, because they will still make you pay for the sins of their past. And the men who dick them down, dick decimated, and dick destroyed them. These chicks are not healed. Those wounds are still there. And they're and because they couldn't exact their pound of flesh from him, they're gonna do it for you. They will make you pay for their poor choices and bad decisions. Like I said before, these women, they have the same. They will insist that you heal a heart you didn't break and raise children you didn't make.
Yeah. It's just like how I was saying on AJ's show previously that there was a chick that I used to just only mess around with. That's it. I never took her anywhere, did anything like that. Only messed around with her, I don't know, let's say like a dozen times. And I kind of like, you know, hit her up. I was like, hey, you know, well, I said, I want to fill you. Is actually what I said, because I know that she doesn't want any more kids or anything. So it's relatively safe. But anyways, she's like, oh, like, hey, I got married, but it's an open relationship. So that guy is paying for kind of like what I did to her in the past, because I just had her with no effort or anything. I never bought her, spent a dime on her, or did anything.
But
in fact, she probably spent money on me, but I can probably have her.
He's paying he paid a higher price than you did, because he had to wife up what you got for free.
Yeah.
And now, and here's the best part. And the best part is she's willing to still, you know, drop it like it's hot for a real one.
Yeah.
That's why I said these chicks don't look.
So she just wants the man to provide for her, and she goes and gets dick down by other guys. Like that's as far as I'm concerned, like, why would you get married to someone like that? I don't see a point in that.
And guys, just so you know, I have no hatred or animosity towards females, their behavior and their mentality. I appreciate it. You know, I look at it from this perspective. You know, I don't hate the player. I don't hate the game. I just learned how to play it better. And so I accept them for who and what they are. I get in where I fit in, and I deal with what I want to deal with, and I dismiss what I don't want to. And, you know, and at my age, I've gotten to the point to where I just have very little tolerance. As a matter of fact, when I sent you that video this morning, it resonated with me, because I started thinking about some of my past relationships and some of my past decisions and where I'm at now. And that story and that story really resonated with me. The dog and the wolf. I sent you a link in AJ's
This
Discord.
right here.
Yeah.
He wears a collar.
Wait. You rewind it.
A dog eats every day, but he wears a collar. A wolf sometimes goes hungry, but he answers to no one. Most men choose the collar and call it security. The collar isn't always a job. Sometimes it's a relationship that you stay in because comfort is better than the uncertainty of leaving. A circle that you stay in because belonging feels better than the loneliness of outgrowing it. A version of yourself that you keep performing because the approval feels better than the risk of being who you actually are.
Let me just pause it in case that's copyright. This is a powerful video. We'll let it finish and then we'll go back and analyze it more.
Isn't free, he's just full. And there's a difference between a man who has everything he needs and a man who answers to no one. Most men have confused the two their entire life. The wolf goes hungry sometimes, but nobody owns him. And because he's willing to go without, he can't be leveraged. You can't control a man who's not afraid of hunger. That's the most dangerous man alive, not the one with the most.
And this applies to like business as well.
Yeah.
Being an entrepreneur, the collar holds a lot of symbolism. The collar can also mean the corporate job for some people. I'm not, for me, it did that. I would rather go hungry and basically be chronically unemployed. So basically I always have to sell. If I don't sell a job, I don't eat. I'd rather would do that than have to go in every day to a place and work for other people and deal with bullshit that I don't want to do.
Yep.
So it's a little bit different with this, but some people don't want to, they can't live that way. But the dog is a fat, happy, eating poison food. The wife, that's the guy at Walmart walking around and he gets all the accolades. See, he's married. He has a couple bastard kids, but inside he actually can be in a prison. And that's what the collar, represents.
And let me give you another perspective.
Because they're bitches. Oh! Go ahead.
One of the things I thought about, I used to have this saying that, punani is only valuable to someone who can't get any.
Yeah.
And when I listened to that video, I thought about that because, I have never struggled to get laid. And so I've always had an abundance mentality. But then I thought about it. No, you can also be a slave to punani and because for a lot of my life, for 20 years of my life, I was a slave to punani. Yeah, I got it a lot and I wanted it a lot. And I did a lot of stupid stuff to get it. So now I need to rethink that because you can also be someone who lets punani control him in the sense that enough is never enough, and
you become too like gluttonous with it.
Yep, and I thought about it because I pretty much have been celibate for almost a year, and it has been the most. This has literally been the most. Now, granted, having my surgery, and with my mobility in my leg and everything that I've been going through, my health issues and everything along those lines, that played a major factor in just slowing me down. But my life is just so much more peaceful now.
Yeah.
Not having a roster, not juggling, a dozen or so females and their craziness and everything along those lines, that now I'm at a point to where I truly am free, that, no, you can't control me. And so this was very powerful, that when you can say, I can live on less, I can do without, you can't manipulate me, you can't control me, you can't play games with me. I'm not going to jump through hoops for you.
Yeah.
This is why I think women are so terrified of the manosphere. They're terrified of monk mode, red pill, MGTOW, because we're getting to the point to where we know there's better options out there for us, and we're willing to explore them.
Yeah.
We're not going to settle for mediocrity. We're not going to settle for the okie doke. I am not going to be an above average man.
We're no longer codependent.
Exactly. I refuse to be an above average man settling for below average outcomes.
Yeah.
Needs the least. Now, a man who works his job to provide for his family is honorable. That's not weakness, that's discipline. That's the wolf hunting so his pack can eat. The problem is the man who wears the collar and pretends it isn't there, who uses provision as an excuse to never become who he was called to be. The collar isn't always the enemy. Sometimes it's the season. The wolf knows the difference between necessary hunger and unnecessary change. The question is, do you? A dog eats every day, but he wears a collar.
It is pretty good. It is pretty good. And he stole it. I don't think he came up with this.
Oh no, it's actually a parable that
because it sounds kind of familiar, like I've heard it before. Okay,
it is. You can actually YouTube the hungry wolf and well-fed dog. It's actually very common. But as I was studying this morning, yes, guys, sometimes I get inspired and motivated that I hear something good, and then I research it. And so I started researching this because it made me think, because that's how powerful it was. And so that's why I shared it with you.
Yeah. No, it is powerful, but it's symbolic of a lot of things. It's also too about how you work and how you provide for yourself too. That also can be like I view it in the work world. Like once you work for yourself long enough, you never want to work for somebody else again. You can work with people, but you don't want to work. Me personally, I just didn't want to do that because I don't want someone profiting off of me a ton.
Well,
but that's me. That's different. I view it as a collar, but other people don't, and they're not wrong. And actually, it's easier to work for other people sometimes. It's more you get more money.
Well, for someone that has a job, this actually motivated me. After listening to Ted this morning, it actually motivated me, and I actually had a very good day today. I think I did 800,000 in annuity sales today. So
nice.
Because it motivated me. Because one of the things I've been struggling with my job and deciding, there's part of me that wants to retire now, and I was doing the math and the numbers, and I can retire now. It's just that if I do retire now, then I will need Social Security to, when I get older, I would need Social Security, and I really thought about that, but if I can work for another 3 to 4 years, I won't need Social Security. Like for another 3 to 5 years, I won't need Social Security. That will be an extra and a bonus for me. And I really thought about that, and I had to take a step back, and I had to look at my job from the position of it not being a prison, but being an opportunity for me to be free, so I don't have to depend on the government to help maintain me in retirement. And so I kind of took it that way, that sometimes you do have to, just because you have a job and everything along those lines doesn't mean you have to settle. Sometimes you're working towards a bigger, better purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the caller thing, working for there's nothing wrong with working for somebody else at all. Like I was just saying, for me personally, that is one way I can relate to it.
Yeah.
I can also relate to it too because I put a dog collar on a girl. Oh, you put the collar on them.
And Liberty.
And also too, they want to, people who wear the collar do try to justify and say, like, you need to do what I do. You need to have kids and you need to you need to do all this stuff. They have to say that. They have to say that and make it seem like, oh, this is what you should do just because everyone else does it. Like, that's part of being the wolf, is saying, you know what, like, you know, I don't really want to have a kid unless I see that it's really perfectly fit. You know, the basically a really perfect woman and a good opportunity comes by. Otherwise, you're just doing like the dog is also kind of like a sheep in a way. Like, if it's something that you really don't want to do, then don't do it. It's fine to not do it, but the society tries to like guilt you into doing it.
Well, I'm gonna revisit that kid topic with you. I'm gonna revisit that kid topic with you because I definitely have some opinions on that. But Liberty. So one of the things that I thought about was, you know, I want to be someone. So as most of you guys know, I turn 55 next month, and my thing is, you know, I want to be able to enjoy my retirement, live life, do the things that I want to, and I'm passionate about. And the thing about my job is, don't get me wrong, I love my job. I love what I do. I just don't like the paperwork and the compliance aspect of it.
Yeah. So you like sales, but maybe in a different thing. And put a 1 in the chat if you did any sales today, because we should also make this kind of sales too. I made I closed 2 deals and did a job, so I closed a couple sales today. Well, everyone who I interacted with, I made a sale basically for what I was doing. But that is a good, so part of this mentality too, if you're a good salesperson, you need to kind of be a wolf and say, I can sell jewelry, I could sell tree work, I could sell you a car, I could sell you a boat, I could sell you a mortgage, I could sell you a whole bunch of stuff. So sometimes you need to put yourself into almost a new field so you can sell different things. And just, you know, being a salesperson is kind of being a people person, but you also need to know, you know, what you're talking about as well. So sometimes, like, Seagrip knows how to sell, so he could even do selling something else.
As a matter of fact,
you know, like, and that might be better where it's you sell something where it's maybe less of a corporate environment, less insurance, and less, you know, kind of, you know, rules and whatnot. You know, like, there's always if you know how to sell, you are the wolf because you can always find something to do. A lot of these people who have the collar, guys, a lot of people work the same job for years and live the same Groundhog Day over and over and over and over and over again. And they're telling you that's what you need to do, and you don't need to do it. You don't need to do it. That they have to justify it to you. Most people will never say, like, you know, I wish I didn't get married and have kids or do whatever it is. Even if they do believe it, they'll barely ever say it to you. Just because it's, you know, has to be what it is.
As a matter of fact, actually, when I do officially retire from my current job, I plan on doing Medicare annual enrollments, AEP, from October, like pretty much like September to December. And so I still plan on at least working a quarter of the year, just doing that, you know, just to stay sharp and to, you know, just be active.
Yeah.
And because I enjoy it. You know, a lot of people. And
closing a sale is fun.
Yeah, and Medicare, and for the guys for the older guys, you know, when you're Medicare, once you know during normal circumstances, from October to December, you can change your Medicare plan. And so that's something that I enjoy doing. So I do plan to still do that at least for the next several years in retirement.
Yeah. Like another thing is too, like, if you're not doing a job, like I'm doing a very labor intensive, dangerous job. But if I, when I can't do that, I'll just find something to do where, I'm kind of just making phone calls all day, or maybe drive to someone's house and sell the tree work for someone else or something like that. So there's always things that you can do. And it's always good to have some type of, like, if you don't, there's a Russian saying that says the plow that's used never gets rust. And so what that means, if you're always using something, it won't rust. And that means your mind, your body, and everything. And like some people too, they don't have a job that's like, crazy stressful or anything. They're just basically showing up a lot of the time. And there's not a lot for them to like personally lose. So it's really good to keep, I'm not saying do it 5 days a week and stuff. I'm saying like, what if you worked every Thursday and Friday or something like that?
I think what you're trying to say is
not to you, just to anybody. Yeah.
No. What I'm going to say is, I think what it comes down to is being intentional with whatever you do. Be intentional. Have a reason, a purpose.
Yeah.
Not just because so many times we get up and we're just on autopilot. We do the same thing, eat the same thing, go to the same places, and like walking zombies. But be intentional that I'm doing this because, like the guy said in the video, it's different when you're out there providing for your family.
That's a different thing. Yeah. Yeah. Then you kind of have to do that. But also, you're also putting yourself in a box where you need to do that too. And it's not like, a secret, you know what I mean? Like, if you have a family, you should provide for them, but it also applies to like the entrepreneurial world.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, you could take the safe job, but what if you worked on the side and did your other job and you started taking the collar off now and then?
Well, I think
taste of that freedom.
Well, Jim Rohn said it best. Work harder. I can't remember who said it, but
work harder on yourself than you do your job.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Jim Rohn is cool. Somebody put in here, I wish they were better at selling or something like that. Yeah. So we can help you out with that a little bit here, because we sales is important. It's good to, everybody should know a little bit about sales, period, for anything in life. Even if you're buying something, it's good to know about the sales process and how it works. Like a prostitute and salesman are basically the two oldest professions. Like every economy is built on sales. Like a lot of the time, like you have to sell to get the ball moving, to get, like if I have a tree company and I had $1 million worth of equipment, I had cranes and crews and all this stuff, but if I can't sell anything, it's actually like losing me money. So sales is really important. And, like even if you're just selling something online, you're still kind of doing sales. Women know about sales for their snatch, sort of like they're selling you on it. And are you going to buy it or not? So let's finish this one more time.
A wolf sometimes goes hungry, but he answers to no one. Most men choose the collar.
It's more the entrepreneurial path. And by the way, you can fail at it too. You can fail too.
And call it security.
See how they deny? Oh, that's nothing.
Master changed me during the day, but at night I'm free.
So for the wolf, the sacrifice would be putting the collar on.
Collar isn't always a job. Sometimes it's a relationship that you stay in because comfort is better than the uncertainty of leaving. A circle that you stay in.
And that could be where you live. It could be, I don't know, drinking or something.
Because belonging feels better than the loneliness of outgrowing it. A version of yourself that you keep performing because the approval feels better than the risk of being who you actually are. The dog isn't free, he's just full. And there's a difference between a man who has.
And full can also mean too, he's full of the bread and circuses, the bullshit, the like, oh, I'm eating chicken wings and watching the football game. Life's good. Life's good. I had to do yard work all day on Saturday, but on Sunday, my wife lets me let loose with the boys, and we have the smoker out and we watch the Patriots game, and we're really killing it. Are you? On that one day off that you're quote free, and you're mostly watching commercials instead of football. But yeah, you're killing it. Okay. But I don't know. Some people, they're fine with that too.
Everything he needs in a man.
Really, most of the world is, or most of the United States.
Answers to no one. Most men have confused the two their entire life. The wolf goes hungry sometimes, but nobody owns him. And because he's willing to go without, he can't be leveraged. You can't control a man who's not afraid of hunger. That's the most dangerous man alive. Not the one with the most, the one who needs the least.
And hunger can mean being single too. It could mean, all sorts of things. Being willing to lose. If you're taking a risk, sometimes you got to be willing to lose and even be embarrassed and fail at something.
Now, a man who works his job to provide for his family is honorable. That's not weakness. That's discipline. That's the wolf hunting so his pack can eat.
Yeah, but sometimes he is wearing the collar too. It's just that they don't want to say it.
The problem is the man who wears the collar and pretends it isn't there, who uses provision as an excuse to never become who he was called to be. The collar isn't always the enemy. Sometimes it's the season. The wolf knows the difference between necessary hunger and unnecessary change. The question is, do you? A dog eats every day.
Yeah. But again, a lot of people don't, value freedom too. They don't care. They want kind of rules. They like, if they're a dog, some people are like a dog. They want a routine. Well, you get up at the same, like there's nothing really wrong with that, but some people are just not, they're just not wired that way. You know what I mean? Like, and they should kind of embrace that, but society doesn't. They frown on it a little bit. Oops. Hang on, I'm looking at some other stuff and it ends up copyright. So I'm going to play this while I look for the next thing.
So that's,
and I believe this woman is also 25. Family discovers niece's fraud scheme.
65 individual
accounts against her.
Yes, that one particular store is able to track just to her.
On April 20th.
Yeah, Brian Tracy and Jim Rohn and stuff are awesome. In fact, let's go to Brian Tracy. And you can find stuff for free.
Yeah. So one piece of advice that I can give was at Pazzo Madi, turn your car, and this is coming from Brian Tracy, turn your car into a university on wheels. So during your morning commute, every morning as you're going to work, listen to something that's motivational, inspirational, or educational. And so I would spend my morning commutes to and work listening to Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Darren Hardy. Let me see. Oh man, just a whole.
And I even have a different way that you can do it. Les Brown is another popular one.
Les Brown.
But I want you guys to see another way of doing it. So there's almost a type of music that's here. I can show you one. And I used to listen to these. I'm gonna just risk it if I get copyright. This is a really great way to do it, and I don't think you've probably seen this, Secret, but it's actually pretty cool. This guy takes like basically inspirational audiobooks and stuff and puts it to pretty decent beats.
We begin to nurture that hunger. What are the characteristics or the qualities of people that are hungry? What will it take for me to get some of the things that I want? What will it take? And being hungry for those things. What will it take? Number one, you've got to work on yourself. It's very important that you engage in an ongoing process to develop you. Spend more time on yourself than what you've been spending. Work on yourself. It's very important. You owe that to yourself. Work on yourself. I was reading a book by Og Mandino called The University of Success. Read one line, gave me a chill. I didn't have to read anything else in the book. Gave me a chill. He said, many of us never realize our greatness because we become sidetracked by secondary activity. We spread ourselves too thin. Don't know how to say no.
To women and all sorts of things. So if you put in Roy Smooth Mix, he has a Brian Tracy one.
Ooh,
the Les Browns are really cool. Yeah, really good. Really, really good. There's also another guy who does it. These are really good. They have.
Oh, I think we just lost Snowboard. I'm checking out. He has a Jim Rohn mix.
My bad.
I'm really going to check him out.
Yeah, the Jim
I kept it warm for you on Snowboard.
Yeah. I hit the back button at the wrong thing. But this is what you want to listen to.
Guys, you put a one in the chat if you can still hear me. I just want to make sure the live is still up.
I think it should be. It still says the time is clicking, but
are we still, or did YouTube kick us off?
No, I hit the back button, I think, by mistake. Yeah.
Okay, guys, you can still hear us?
Yeah, he can.
Okay, good.
Yeah, my bad. Let me put this back up.
And I see the live is still going, so I don't think we got kicked.
No, I hit the back button on something that I shouldn't have. So it should be a Les Brown thing now. But yeah, he has one that's called your network is like your net. This is what you want, and this is what I'm trying to say. Instead of maybe even listening to the audiobook, you can kind of get yourself pumped up with a few key things. Like, this is good shit.
Snoop, are you still there with us?
What's that?
Okay, got quiet there for a moment.
Oh shit! Oh, it didn't share the screen. My bad. Okay, now take two. This is what you want to be
your
listening
network
to.
determines your net worth.
Going to work and shit.
Who do you allow to be in your ear? What kind of relationships are you developing? Are they an asset to you or they are a liability? Do they elevate your spirit or do they tear you down? We get two types of people, nourishing people and toxic people. Nourishing people, they bring the best out of you. They encourage you, they inspire you, they hold you accountable. Toxic people, they are critical people, always telling you what you can't do. Always measuring your possibilities based upon their
You want to feed this to your mind, not Cardi B.
Don't let anybody tell you
shit.
what you can't do, son, especially if they haven't done it. They don't know what's possible for you. They haven't done it. So as you begin to look at yourself, begin to identify the relationships that you communicate with most and say, hey, is this relationship helpful to me? And then think about some people that you need to bring into your life that you can learn from, that you can grow from. Your network determines your net worth.
Yep.
And Seagrip, you like Earl Nightingale, right? And you're saying,
oh yes, The Strangest Secret. Oh,
let me show you something that that you will absolutely love, which is like kind of like one of these, but of Earl Nightingale one.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's another guy who does this too. The conformity might be this one here.
And while you're doing that, Snowbird, one thing you can't do, you can't spend all day smashing B-dubs. You got to stop it. You got to cut it out. You're better than this, my brother. You're better than this.
Here, this is what. So this is another artist who does something similar, but Roy Smooth is the guy who does these, the ones that I was currently showing you. But this other guy is really talented. And what I'm not saying this replaces reading. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if you want to do your university on wheels type thing, but also get kind of like, motivated and pumped up, listen to this instead of listening, DMX and all this, all that Lil Wayne and stuff.
We become what we think about. We become what we think about. We become what we think about. Now let me say that again. We become what we think about. Throughout all history, the great wise men and teachers, philosophers and prophets have disagreed with one another on many different things. It is only on this one point that they are in complete and unanimous agreement.
I'm going to have to pause it now and then.
What Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, said.
But this is a book called The Strangest Secret.
Yeah.
So they're not doing the entire audiobook, but they're doing clips and putting various beats to it. But this is another way. Feed your mind this, not like a lot of this other music, guys, has subliminal messages in it. It just wants you to be like hoes, bitches, money, guns, drugs, hoes, bitches, money, guns, drugs, hoes, bitches, money, guns, drugs, and shit.
Yada, 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 yada,
yada. Down, skeet. Do you want to listen to that? And a lot of people do, but this is a different way that you can do it.
He said,
question.
Is what his thoughts.
Is the convoy, is that what he said, he likened the U.S. economy to a Navy convoy? It only goes, click on the convoy one real quick. I just want to see if he's talking about when he likens the U.S. economy to a Navy formation. It's right above. It's right above.
Oh, the convoy? Yeah, sure. We can go to this one, yeah.
Someone once said, the human race is fixed, not to prevent the strong from winning, but to prevent the weak from losing. The American economy today can be likened to a convoy in time
Imagine
of war.
feeding your mind
the entire
this.
economy is slowed down to protect its weakest link, just as the convoy.
And playing this maybe in your workplace.
Had to go at the speed
and think about
to
it.
permit its slowest vessel to remain in formation. Akira. The convoy.
And just pause real quick. Mm-hmm. And so and that's how I feel. And that's what it's like. Because it's like, wait, hold on. I'm paying to live in this nice neighborhood. And robbing Peter to pay Paul, jiggling, juggling. I'm talking back now. I'm talking like about 10 years ago. And my next door neighbor and the neighbor next to them were sisters on Section 8 public assistance. And it would be like 2:00 in the morning and they're out there drinking. And I'm like, don't these people ever go to sleep? Because I got to get up at 6:00 in the morning so I can, get my workout in and go to work. And that's what he said, but yet they're able to live in the neighborhood I live in, go to the same without having to work. And it's insane. And then I look at when I was doing the step crash dummy thing, and And the stepdaughter and my sister's son were in the same daycare. I'm sitting here paying, I can't remember what I was paying at that time, but it's like literally a couple $100 a week. And she's paying like maybe $20 and everything along those lines. And it's just insane with all these, people who don't work half as hard, have a fraction of the education and just a fraction of the drive that you have, being able to live a similar lifestyle to you. And so that's how I like in the US economy to an any convoy that we subsidize the poor and the weak so that they don't have to, strive or work hard to, become more, be more, do more.
Well, and they're sitting there saying like, well, why would I do that if I have a pretty good lifestyle? Why not F off?
Yep.
And they kind of have a point a little bit. Sometimes they have a point because they're going to say like, well, why would I go get like so in like Massachusetts, like we have, I live in New Hampshire, but people like get laid off in Massachusetts and they have a very good unemployment. You get basically almost like 75-80% of what you were paid. So why is someone going to say, well, why would I go look for a job or I have to go to work 40 hours a week and I'm only going to get a little bit more? Why wouldn't I just stay and F off and do this? And they kind of have a point.
But unemployment's only for 6 months, right? It's only temporary.
No, they can extend it a lot and stuff. It should be temporary, but it's run by governmental idiots that are incompetent. Okay. So sometimes they can extend it, and all sorts of things. So I'm not encouraging people to do that. But I'm saying like that's a problem when we have subsidized that, where it kind of is like working in their favor. They're like, dude, like most people would say if I got 70% of my check, I would stay home and F off. And I want to blame somebody for that. Be like, no, you're gonna go get a job for less money than you had before and get out there and work. It's like I get each side of it. I'm just and I'm not taking their side, but I'm saying that's a problem that we've made is we make it a trap like that.
And you're right. And here's the thing: it is a trap because here's the thing: with that easy, fast money comes slow problems. Because here's what else that they don't see coming, that this will not last forever.
Yeah.
And remember, these benefits are, just to keep you from, I guess, starving. But with that being said, we all will get old. I mean, if you're fortunate, we all will get old. We will all be in our 60s. We'll all, be in our 70s, maybe even older. And what do you do then? I've seen people who the only retirement they have is Social Security.
Yeah.
That's it. They have nothing else.
It's like $1,800 a month, which is not really a lot.
No, it's not. And that's and $1,800 is the average. It's the average.
Oh, so it could even be lower.
Exactly. Yeah. I've seen people with $1,200. I've seen
a month, guys. Most people's rent is like $1,500.
Exactly.
We're gonna live off $300 and gas is $5 an hour. I mean, $5 a gallon.
I once spoke with, and this is back when I was a banker.
That's not utilities or anything like that. Like it's, it's actually kind of sad because we could have it so much better, but we won't.
I spoke to a woman who retired at 62. And fast forward, I met her at 84, 85. And so when she retired, she had her Social Security, and that Social Security was more than what she needed to, live.
Yeah.
Fast forward, she was now 85, and she can't even afford her rent. And she doesn't know what to do and was coming to me for advice and, help and advice. And in the back of my head, all I could think was, sweetie, we should have had this conversation 20, 25 years ago. It's too late now. And so her only option was to move down south and move in with her sister. And so that's why I tell that's why you guys hear me say all the time, winter, winter is already here, and it's going to get worse. Winter is going to turn into what's worse than winter? A blizzard, an ice age,
winter or something.
Yeah, winter. Yeah, winter is going to turn into a nuclear winter, because we're going to have literally 2 generations of B-dubs who had no real jobs, have no real savings,
no
have
assets,
no assets at all, that are going to be retiring and will be retirement age in the next 10 years.
Yep.
And when that happens, it is going to get ugly, because they're going to be relying on their offspring, this new generation, to help support them and take care of them. And this younger generation, they're not having no kids, so no one's going to be there to take care of them. And they're going to do what my girl Juanita, they're going to be subjected to what her father, he was in the Navy, had his military pension, he had his work pension, Social Security, everything along those lines. His wife, his high school sweetheart, had all his kids. She ended up dying, passing from breast cancer, and in less than 9 months, I think 6 months after she passed away, this 50-something-year-old chick from his job had her eyes, 50-something-ish chick from his job, pretty much targeted him, got him to wife her up. Got him to marry her in less than a year after his wife passed away. I think it was 6 months. That's definitely less than 9 months. Married him, and pretty much was with him for a couple of years until he got sick. Then when he got sick, she got ghost. He ended up being taking care of the daughter, but he passed away. And she now gets his Social Security and his pension. This was a chick who was with her kid's father for 23 years, never married her, but got him to marry her within 6 months. And you can't tell me she wasn't still getting dicked down by this dude. But yeah, she targeted him, got him, and now this chick who really had nothing got his Navy pension, his city pension, and his and his Social Security.
Nice.
And my friend hasn't seen or spoken to the stepmother since the funeral. No, I'm dead serious. She hasn't seen or spoken. She got her grip. She got him to spend up all his money. Got him to refinance the house. She got lawyers, spend that money all on her. She literally gutted him. And I'm telling you right now, guys, don't be that man. Because when I say that these women, they're going to be targeting men like me, men like Snowboard, men like Keyshawn, men like Tim Hicks, men like Liberty. These chicks will be targeting
with a decent
you.
head on their shoulders, they need it, because they don't have one. And they're gonna laugh at you to the last second, and they're gonna say, geez, the guy like that didn't buy the new truck and has the old one, and I was calling him a bum and all that, like he actually owned that truck, or whatever. He actually owns everything he has, so he doesn't have to pay. He's not at the mercy to pay others. That's another thing about the caller. The caller can be debt too.
Yeah, definitely.
It can definitely be debt as well. I mean, you see a lot of people, men and women, they got a brand new Chevy Tahoe that's probably 65, 70K. A brand new, I don't know, motorcycles, dirt bikes, all this stuff, but they're swimming in debt. I know someone who lives down the road from me, and I'm kind of not really friends with him because he just works 7 days a week at this corporate job to just keep buying more crap. Yeah, he has a motorcycle and he's got toys in a house, but it's like, at what cost? I don't want to work in an office 7 days a week. That's a nightmare. And he's like, well, I'm working my ass off. It's like, yeah, but for what? To just keep going in more debt? You don't really own anything. It all kind of owns you. So like, you know, to each their own, but I view it like he has a collar, you know. So I want to emphasize, like, feed your mind to this stuff here. Like here will be this one, and this ties into sales. So all these things, Jim Rohn and Brian Tracy, they help with any sales process indirectly. There's one that said here, develop your vocabulary. Like, watch this. This is just good, like, wisdom, basically.
The better your vocabulary, the better you can share ideas that are meaningful. Find words now to use that you couldn't use before. Interesting story on vocabulary. Some friends of mine took a survey among prisoners many, many years ago. Some rehabilitation program they were working on for prisoners. They weren't looking for this, but here's what they found. There's definitely a connection between vocabulary and behavior. And here's
what is nug nug? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yo, yo, bro, brah, like literally, like literally. They're retarded. They don't know how to articulate a thought. And also, how are they going to have a deep conversation and understand subtlety of anything when they can't create context or anything? It's not about knowing big words or about anything. It's about knowing how to paint a picture in someone's mind. And that's half of sales. Half of sales is how to paint a picture in someone's mind. And you could do that mostly through words. And so, like, that's what I'm saying. So, like, you know, this is something that is related to sales.
Here's what they discovered. The more limited the vocabulary, the more tendency to poor behavior. Isn't that interesting? And when you think about it for a while, you can say, well, I can see where that would be. If you were very limited in your ability to comprehend because you had such a small vocabulary, that no matter what someone said, it would still be confusing. No matter what they said, it still might not make sense. They said it clear, but you couldn't see it. Sometimes that's because the vocabulary is so limited that it doesn't have the ability to register the scene on the screen of your consciousness. What if you could only see the world through this little tiny hole? You would be inclined to say, the world is like this. And all of us would say, no, the world is like this. This person would say, no, it's like this. How come they keep insisting the world is like this? Because that's all they can see. They're limited in the scope of their ability to widen their perception about life and what's going on and what's happening simply because they don't have the vocabulary to understand. And here's what they discovered. The more limited the vocabulary, the more tendency to poor behavior. So they started working on vocabulary. And immediately, behavior started to change.
Yeah, I fully agree, Liberty.
Able to see, being able to comprehend. Oh, now I see. Oh, now I understand the reason why. And as
so I want you guys to start brainwashing yourself with this
education
stuff.
Increases, that should be one of the major purposes for education, is to help you see things you couldn't see before. Comprehend what you couldn't comprehend before. See a future you couldn't see before. See beyond tomorrow you couldn't see before. See, that's a gift. Now you've got to develop your own style. Not ordinary, extraordinary. Not like everyone else, different than everyone else. Style. Now you've got to develop your own style. You can be a student.
You can get lit and listen to this, but you know, see how this is feeding your mind instead of degenerating your mind. You know, so there's a whole bunch of these, and you know, one little nugget of wisdom can go a long way. So I would highly recommend, you know, you listening to this type of stuff, if you know, even if you're not a salesperson, none of these are really about sales per se. Some of them are just about, you know, life wisdom, I guess. So we have an opportunity as people and who have access to all this technology. You know, how good is this? I can get sort of, this is not a full audio book, but it's pieces of audio books or a seminar or something that someone had to pay maybe $500 to go to. And now they've recorded it with beats and everything. Like we have access to a lot, but we need to use it the right way. So, and this is a great way to do it. So go do this. And then remember too, part of sales is, you know, you also got to remember to close. And that's why I'm encouraging you guys to go donate to my Cash App and Venmo. Why? Because I'm bringing you value. I want this to bring you value. So it doesn't even have to be about money. It could just be about quality of life.
Well, look, I look at change your mind, change your body, change your pockets, change your life. It all starts with your mindset.
Yeah.
You got to change your mindset. So much of everything is your perspective, your self-talk. You know, the way one of our mentors put it, if you have a big enough why, you'll find the how. And it all starts with having a strong mindset and an unshakable belief system. And, you know, I always tell people, I will always invest in myself, because when I invest in myself, I always get a return.
Yeah. In Liberty, I fully agree. And, I always do complain about that too, but this is just, you know, like it or not, we still have to kind of hustle and scrape by, no matter if they do that. So, we do have to do that. So, you know, but feed your mind these new positive things, new ways of thinking. Like, you know, most music that we have is an emotional roller coaster. And they're kind of like affirmations for what your life can kind of be. Like, look at a lot of country music. It's always like kind of sad, and it's just like, I like football and beer on a Friday night. That's all their life will ever be, but that's kind of all they're gonna kind of aspire to be and stuff like that. You know, I'm working late at the sawmill, my old lady's hitting me. It's kind of crap. And like, understand the music industry understands this. You think this guy who made this good beats and stuff are getting record deals? No, they're not, because they don't want the public to be listening to stuff like this. They want it to be listening to, you know, wet ass pussy. Like that's really where it is. So I would encourage you guys. You just type in Roy Smooth, SMOOTHE, like smooth. I think he's on Apple Music and stuff too. I used to listen to this like years ago when I was, you know, I still am an entrepreneur. But if you're going on your own, you got to hear some of these stories about how other people, you know, had to struggle with theirs. Yeah, so this one of these ones right here, I think, is really good.
An entrepreneur is someone who can see something and see beyond what it presents.
Las Vegas, where people...
An entrepreneur is someone who...
Creating your life by design. What I find is key in creating your...
One piece of advice my father always told me, the greatest investment you can make is in yourself. Turns out he was right.
You know, you talk about in your seminars how you had...
And this is cool. So we'll play this one, and I'll subscribe to this guy.
$30,000 invested in your business, and you took that, what was maybe supposed to go into the business, but you put it into yourself, into your education.
I went and wrote a business plan, put a business plan together, and took a loan for $30,000 to launch my first business.
But this should be you on your way to work.
The loan was supposed to go into marketing.
On your lunch break.
Business and doing all that. I took the loan and I applied it directly to my education instead. So all I did was go to seminars, go to tons of seminars, and just learn and get new skills.
The greatest investment you can make is in yourself.
I would say that the secret to everything that I was able to achieve later was that I poured so much into my own education. So I was light years beyond what a lot of other people were doing. Between the age of 18 and 24, that's a key time in your life where you really learn how to make your life work.
The greatest investment you can make is in yourself.
Just learn.
And Keyshawn Jones, this is a good opportunity for you to do shit like this. A big opportunity.
Just learn and get new skills.
The greatest investment you can make is in yourself.
And so I came out at 24 and really had no clue how to make my life work. So I got into a lot of credit card debt very, very quickly. I was about $30,000 just in consumer debt. I hit a low point where I was living in a house that they were tearing down while I was living there.
Listen to this. See, not everyone has just the easy way up. He's living in a house they're going to be tearing down. I think he said he's going to be like microwaving buckets of water or something.
I was microwaving buckets of water to bathe in and wash my hair because they had cut my gas. I was eating every third day. I remember my parents used to bring me boxes of food there, and it was really, really a tough point for me in my life. So it was really out of desperation more than anything else that I started studying personal development. I was buying the tapes, I was reading the books, and so I started studying billionaires, and that was a major, major turning point for me.
The greatest investment you can make is in yourself.
Just learn.
And this is a thing that men, this is also a very masculine thing too. Women are not listening to shit like this. They're listening to things that just inflate their ego. You're so pretty. I don't cook. I don't clean. I don't blah, blah, blah. Shake your ass, twerk it till you work it or whatever. Really, really, well, if we talk about hoes, what does a hoe do? A hoe basically digs a hole in a garden for you to plant seeds. So plant these type of seeds in there. You know what I mean? We're bombarded with so much crap all the time that you need to try to, just balance it out. This at least just kind of balances it out a little bit.
New skills.
Because of my poor upbringing, there's nothing that a billionaire who was handed hundreds of millions of dollars could teach me that would be useful in my life. Show me somebody who started with nothing. Show me an entrepreneur like Sir Richard Branson who started with nothing. Show me somebody who was scraping pennies together and became a multimillionaire, or even better still, a multi-billionaire.
And don't try to be a billionaire, guys. I don't know, that's taken a little too far. Try to make a good living for yourself, is more of what's important, in my opinion. So yeah, check that out. Get that habit going, when you're not listening to this show and repeat, and, start doing that. See what happens.
4th, 2024, Charlotte County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to a residence as part of an investigation into a fraudulent retail return scheme.
Now, the reason I want to play this video now is it's showing a woman basically who's going into Target, getting items off the shelf and then returning them to get money and cash and walk away. This is a woman's mentality. How can I extract resources? What do I get for free? How do I take from others? How do I take from someone who has built themselves up? They don't want to build themselves up. They want to build bigger tits and BBLs. They want to do that, but they don't want to build the mind. They don't want to build the soul. They don't want to build the morality, all these other things, the work ethic or the discernment on certain things. Stuff like that. So it's the opposite of what we're trying to do. So I'm not saying being an entrepreneur is not for everybody. It actually can really suck sometimes, but you can apply that to your other regular job. If you know how to sell at work, You can sell your boss on the, hey, this new big project, or even you can even just sell things on the side. So really, like with the economy being so bad, you're going to need a side hustle just for gas. So it could be reselling things. It could be, fixing a lawnmower and selling it, anything like that. But there's going to be coming a point where you need to sell, even if you're buying a house, you're still in like a sales transaction.
To the incident report, the suspect would walk into a Bell store empty-handed.
And this is probably a 25-year-old girl. And she just probably asked her dad or some guy for some money. She could get it, but she wants to steal. This is someone who's literally stealing value, extracting value instead of creating it.
Did select items directly from the shelf and then head to customer service. She would receive either cash or in-store credit before immediately turning around and
look at that. So you just go up, buy stuff, F around in there to maybe look like she's been there for a while, and just get cash out of there.
Purchasing other items. At first glance, the scheme seemed simple and effective, but there was one critical mistake. Every time she completed a return, she was required to provide her ID. That requirement allowed the store to track each transaction pattern over time. What started as routine returns quickly turned into—
Look at the simp guy carrying her stuff out for her. You see this? Look at this. Look at this.
To a documented case.
He steal out my stolen item. Look at that.
Prompting Bells to launch an internal investigation and ultimately bring the findings to law enforcement.
Hi, I'm Detective Savik with the Sheriff's Office. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. Say, I'm here in reference to all that Bell stuff.
Yeah.
Will you mind stepping out for me real quick?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, basically, I'm here.
See how she, like, even her posture and everything, she like believes she has the right to like steal. In a way, you know what I mean? It's almost entitled. Like, I deserve to have this.
On behalf of Charlotte County. So I understand that you already spoke with Punta Gorda PD?
Yep.
Okay, so with everything that's been going on, Charlotte County also encompasses an area outside of Punta Gorda.
Okay.
Okay. So with everything that's going on, we also have cases, okay? So that's why I'm here. So with everything that's going on, you're going to be placed under arrest again for Charlotte County charges, okay? So this can keep your hands behind your back.
What am I under arrest for?
I'll explain that to you.
Okay,
Go ahead and turn around for me.
Okay, what am I under arrest for? And I have these shoes on.
I got you. And we
Stealing shit. You know what you're under arrest for. You know what you've been doing.
can grab some for you. Go ahead and turn around for me.
What am I being under arrest for?
So it's going to be similar charges.
Oh my god.
And I'd be
Oh my God. It's just an inconvenience to her.
more than happy to
See, that's why my ID says Keyshawn Jones, 555 Main Street, anywhere USA.
about it, okay?
Yeah.
Mind grabbing her some like sandals or something?
Careful, because child support people will start knocking on your door.
I need shoes. Yeah, I need shoes. They're right there. They're sandals.
All right, hold on. Let me fix that one for you.
Yeah, this will be the last video,
really
because I
little
haven't even cooked my dinner yet or done anything since I got home from work. I actually still have to go outside and do some more work.
Do you have a cell phone or anything that you want to bring with you?
Yeah, I have a cell phone.
Okay. Do you mind grabbing that for?
It's on my bed.
Okay, perfect. If we went down to the district office, would you want to speak with me as far as everything goes?
Yeah, because I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
You're not even telling me. It's not on my bed. Can I go in there and grab it?
Do you mind if I step in with you? If you go in, we're both going. That's
That's what I'm saying.
okay. Here, hold on.
I don't know where it's at.
That phone right there?
Yep.
Perfect. Sure.
Yeah, will I be in an interrogation room or like what? Like where are we going? Because you're not.
The offices, yeah.
Okay. So the office is where I'm going. Yep. Okay.
And see these houses here. These are a really good house. If you go to the Midwest, they call this mid-century modern ranch. This one with these round things here looks a little different. But if we look at this house, the one they went up to, These style ranch houses that have generally the 2-car garage on the side, built in like the 40s, 50s, 60s, 40s and 50s. Really good house, easy to maintain. They're undervalued in my opinion. You don't want a house with the 2 stories. You're eventually going to want a house with 1 open floor space, basically. These are a really nice house, and see how it's made of brick. You want a house made of brick, not the shit that they have today. 317.
There are injuries. We'll just wait right here. That deputy's going to pull his vehicle up, okay?
Okay.
Well, that's not even her dad. It's her aunt and uncle. She probably got kicked out of her house.
Is it because it's a different district or what?
Basically, and I'd be more than happy to discuss it with you as soon as we get down to the office, okay?
Am I able to hold on to my phone or what?
It's going to go in the back.
You can put it in your twat.
We don't things flying around and all that stuff, okay?
That's the one good thing about living in a hood.
Am I gonna be
The
up
cops
for
don't
bail
got time to come out for shoplifting.
Yeah, because they ain't gonna find anyone. They say, is Susie around? No. Well, is her dad around? Hell no.
Where am I going? Am I going to the actual department?
We're gonna go to we're the Charlotte
What am
County.
I under arrest for?
So
theft.
Like I said, I'm more than happy to talk with you. It's gonna just be all the bail stuff. But
What bail stuff? I already posted bond yesterday.
I gotcha. And
No,
like I said, I'm more than
bells.
happy
The
to talk
score
with you.
bells. 304.
So what are we doing? No
So-
one's telling me anything.
Okay. So what I'll do, since we're right here, I'm more than happy to do this roadside, okay?
No, I would rather be where there are cameras and stuff. I mean, you have a body cam.
Yeah, this
and
is
everything?
recording right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I
So
don't want to talk to anyone without an attorney.
okay. So I'll read you this really quick. This is just your rights. Since you're in custody, you have handcuffs on and everything.
Yeah.
And I would like to ask you questions regarding it. You're saying that you would want to talk, but then you're saying you want to speak to an attorney. I'll advise you of these, okay? Then after I advise you of these, you let me know what you think. You understand all these rights.
Where am I going? You said I'm going to the police office. Like, where's that at?
It's just on Loveland. So you take Olean and
Is
you
it
just
the jail or is it an
No.
actual police department?
it's a police department. It's the
Okay.
sheriff's office just down the road on Olean. So
okay,
across
if
Kings.
am I going to jail?
So ultimately, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh my god, I just was
Oh.
in jail last night.
I
And I
know.
bonded out.
Right. So as I was trying to explain to you,
It's going
there's
on.
different charges in different areas.
Okay, where's the evidence? Is that where it's at? Is that the
Don't try to hold court in the street like this. She's just gonna make it worse for herself.
So, like I said,
police
if
station? Because you're telling me I'm going to two different places, the police station and then also to the jail.
Okay.
So where am I going?
So-
I know who
where would you like to go? Because I just advised you of all your rights. You're still talking with me. Okay. Do you want to keep talking with me? Yes or no?
I just want to know where I'm going
She just wants the bitch.
right now.
Well, I guess it's ultimately going to depend on if you want to talk with me or not. If you want to talk with me, we'll go to the office. If you don't want to talk with me, you'll just go straight down to the jail.
Will the attorney be at the office?
If you want to talk with your attorney, you'll go straight down to the jail. If you're telling me that
You're
you
going
would
to
like
jail
speak with your
anyway.
attorney,
Yeah.
I will not ask you any more questions.
Just shut up and go to jail. That's what you should do. Because if she goes in and talks to this cop, she's just going to incriminate herself more and not know what to say. So really, she should just not say anything except, "Hey, I want to talk to Silverstein."
So where am I going if I speak to an attorney? You said jail?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the office.
After putting the suspect in the cruiser, the investigator wanted to speak to the uncle.
How long has these transactions been starting? 6 months?
So they have until the beginning of January, but that's
She's been here about 6 months.
okay.
Been here about 6 months.
Okay.
As far as furniture and stuff like that, and I waited some clothes and stuff that we've seen.
Okay.
See if we'll give you.
Yeah.
That just didn't add up where they came from.
Yeah.
Do you mind if while I'm here, if I grab a statement from you quick?
No.
You don't mind?
I'll tell you whatever.
Okay, perfect. I appreciate it.
How long you reckon you're gonna have her? I mean, and from what I gathered, she's got.
And this guy was just being he's an uncle trying to take her in.
And he's dropping the dime. Damn.
Well, he's probably sick of her crap. It's not even his kid, and he's probably like, "Okay, to hell with it." Because they lied to him. They lied to him and the wife too, and they took her in. And this is a beautiful neighborhood, and they probably let her get away with anything.
Mm.
I don't blame him for throwing her under the bus, actually, because he's probably like, "I don't want to be involved with this. I don't want a cop here and stuff. I'll just tell you what you want to know, and I'm just going to move on in life."
Pretty hunky stuff, because they only got her for 4 counts last night.
So that's ultimately
4 counts, but that's more coming. It looks like
going to be up to the judge. We don't have any say on bond or anything like that.
They got her for 4 last night.
Yeah.
They got how many on there now?
Can't say for certain.
I told this to several cases.
It is. It's several cases. Potentially. I can't say for certain. I
hope this girl gets her ass together. Jesus Christ. Okay, go ahead, buddy.
So,
any question?
What kind of relationship do you have with? Is it?
Don't worry. She's my niece. Okay. She's been
snowboard.
I was sending a text.
Don't worry, I'm not dropping a dime on you. Don't worry. I'm going to say is abogado.
What does that mean? I don't know.
Lawyer. So don't worry, snowboard. I'm not ratting. I'm not going to rat on you. I'm just like abogado.
Yeah. Well, I think the guy knows, like, she's on camera and stuff anyways, and he's not directly involved. And he's probably like, "Get this girl out of here." You know what I mean? I gave her a chance, took her in, helped her out. You know what I mean? And she, because also remember, she's lying to him too. That's not fair.
She stayed with us on and off for the last 6 years.
6 years staying on and off with them.
She has, I don't know, she's got a son.
She's got a son. Did you hear that? Listen to that.
Okay. She stayed with us on and off for the last 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
She has, I don't know, she's got a son, a 6-year-old boy.
Okay.
6-year-old boy, and she's out doing this foolishness, stealing clothes for herself.
See, I wonder
stealing furniture and stuff, garbage.
I wonder if this is his brother's sister. His brother's daughter. Is this his niece by his brother or sister?
That's what I'm assuming that because that's what he seems like. I don't think he's like.
Or is it his wife's niece?
We'll see. They might say that, but I'm assuming it's the brother. I'm going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. I think he's a pretty good dude.
And she's having some trouble with the dad on that, and that's a whole
trouble with the dad on that.
Because if it was his brother, he would say she's having problems with my brother, or she's having problems with my brother-in-law.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, with a court case with that. But me personally, I think she needs whatever's fixing to happen to her. She has.
See, the guys just said, "I'm done with it. Let it happen." And this guy looks like a very patient guy. He said she's been living on and off with them for about 6 years. She has a little bastard kid. She's only like 25. That's what I'm saying. She's 25 and out stealing for herself, not for her kid.
Problem. I was about to say what.
You can save her.
I might. She looked okay. I can save her. Yeah.
She just has some problems.
Okay.
It's
the kid better be white though.
It's all about her.
You almost made me choke on my wine. You almost made me choke on my wine.
Yeah. And that better be white wine too.
I need a moment. Oh, snap. Oh man, I almost made a mess here.
But listen to what this guy said again too.
She just has some problems.
Okay.
It's it's all about her.
It's all about her.
Okay, I gotcha.
She's typical.
Woe is me mentality kind of thing, or?
Yeah.
No, I think it's more selfish.
Like I said, she's just a typical millennial.
Typical millennial.
Okay.
You know, the world and everything.
Sure. And then since she's been here, has she been bringing items home, miscellaneous things while she's out shopping?
Like I told you a while ago, I've noticed nothing except for this she brought home. But there's been some times that myself just had some
That's the thing that the simp carried out for her.
questions that she's coming here with some.
Look at that. She just made him carry it and just left it in the garage, not even being used.
Okay. I don't know where you got the money to buy it, but
Okay. What does she do with that stuff?
It's usually toys and clothes for her son.
Okay.
And the boy plays with them, and they're still here, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes he'll play with them for a little while and then they disappear.
Okay.
And I don't know where they go.
Okay.
I can't say.
Does anyone ever come by the house to pick things up from her, or does she ever maybe
You mean
sell
like
things?
selling things like
Yeah,
that?
like I know Facebook Marketplace is a big thing.
Not that I know of. Not that I know of. I can't say for sure because I'm not here a lot during the daytime. I don't think she's selling it. I mean, I think it's more.
He doesn't think she's selling it, but we know she's selling it. Oh!
She wants to give him something, but she doesn't have the money to do it.
Sure. Do you know what she's doing for work?
She says she works for a pediatric office here in town. I don't know which one, where, or anything. And then she says she has another job on top of it, but she doesn't tell us much of anything.
Okay.
She's doing it
We know what that other job is, that she's out on them streets.
on her own.
Yeah, she's out there hoeing.
Sure. I noticed when we walked in, because she wanted to grab her phone, that there was that front room in the home. Is that strictly hers?
Yeah.
As far as like rooms go and whatnot? Anything in there would be
what
hers?
it is the 3 bedrooms are taken up.
Mm-hmm.
Me, my son, and then another one of our nieces that live here.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Another one of the nieces.
Help me, please. Can you arrest me and take me?
This guy wants to go to jail.
Yeah, my misery. But yeah.
Look at this.
So,
and this guy is probably a very patient man too. He seems like a very patient man. He's older. He's probably retired. He's pissing away his retirement, and it's probably his wife who makes him do all this stuff. It's just like Seagrip had predicted, I think.
This is what I call death by 1,000 concessions.
Yeah.
He's just, please just take me. It's bad when you're like, please just take me to jail.
Yeah.
I need to vacation.
Yeah. And he was probably already a very chilled guy, but now he's just already broken too. Like he probably let a lot of stuff fly.
and fix it up for her and the baby to stay in.
Okay. All right. So other than this big item here, you really haven't noticed a whole lot other than toys and clothes and the like?
Most of the things I've noticed is toys and clothes. Anything big, I haven't noticed that.
What about like cosmetics, things like of that nature? Do you pay much attention to that? Nah.
Attention to that.
Okay.
No, I couldn't tell you.
All right.
I couldn't.
Just figured I'd ask.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. My eyeshadow, I don't use the same as she does. So.
Yeah. And this guy, 100%, if the kid was Nug, would be saying the hard R.
Fair enough.
This guy's trying to put the hard R in father. Oh!
This is who's pulling up now?
This is my wife and my other niece.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Do they have a kind of a
wife and other niece? So I kind of think Seagrip might be right, where it's the wife's kids.
Idea of what's going on?
They know exactly what's going on. We all know what's going on.
All right, perfect.
This is the county. This is the county.
I'm sorry. I thought something happened to my son.
Oh, it's okay.
Nope, just your 304 niece.
Okay. No, you're good.
Oh, God.
You can take a breather. Oh, everyone's okay. Yeah.
I'm one of those mothers that hover. He's 21, but I still worry about it.
Here's what this is about.
Okay.
Okay. Punta Gorda got her for what they got her last night. Okay. But there's other things going on in the county, and the county has her.
So they just arrested her again?
Yep.
For county.
So that way you guys have an idea, because I'm not sure how like the bond and everything worked out. I know she was bonded out.
Last night,
I figured it was probably by family.
Yes, it is.
So Punta Gorda had charges for her.
See how no good
in
deed
their
goes
jurisdiction.
unpunished?
So they're
With this guy here,
little part inside of the county.
this guy was just trying to, hey, like, oh, they're going through a hard time. We'll get them back on their feet. And he's just getting, like, just cooked. She's a slore as well.
Okay.
And they might be all her kids or from her side of the family, because they kind of looked like her more than him, in my opinion.
How they operate within their jurisdiction is how they operate. But when they have their own cases, they have their own cases. They have their own charges. Okay. We were made aware of her conducting the same exact crimes that she was doing, that she's alleged of doing, outside of their jurisdiction in Charlotte County. With what this particular, just this one store has been able to show us, it's 65 incidences.
65. See what I'm talking about, guys? How they are just extracting value like a parasite, thinking they deserve to steal. They just deserve things. 60, and that's just one store. She was probably doing that, at the liquor store, or I don't know, other bullshit like that. But if that's also her mentality to men. You're a store. Can I get dinner from you? Can I get drinks from you? Can you take me to this concert? Can you take me on your boat and shit like that? This is the attitude of a modern young woman, and has a kid. She didn't think of her kid when she's doing this. She's probably going to say, I was trying to steal toys for my kid. Please.
That they're aware of.
What store, can you tell us?
It's several stores.
Oh, several stores. So she is cooked.
As far as particulars, I'm sure she'd probably be able to tell you whenever.
My guess, most of them probably coming out of Target.
She does tend to shop there a lot, and
like a typical consumer 304.
but she told us Bell's Outlets. I was just wondering.
Okay.
I want to make sure I
Silly
understood
stuff
what
that
you
you
just
wouldn't
said.
think
Yeah.
that
Absolutely.
people would take.
You said like 65 different things. That's 65 against her? Or is that just what's happening in the county?
So that's 65 individual
accounts against her.
Yes, that one.
Wow. So let's say she stole $100 each time. She's cooked. She's gonna get theft over like 10,000 very easily. Theft over 1,000 is already done. She's not stealing like penny candy. This is like theft over. She was living her whole lifestyle like this. This is what I'm trying to point out why I did this video. Like, you need to have the opposite mindset of this girl. How do I create value? How do I bring added value wherever I go? How do I put money in someone else's pocket, or value, or wisdom, or make them laugh, or give an insight, things like that. You want to have the opposite mindset of this lore.
One particular store is able to track just to her.
Oh
That's just one store. So she was just doing that everywhere.
Because, the way that she was, I'm not going to get into particulars, but they know it's. They know it's
I just wanted to verify that.
I know you guys can only say so much.
Yeah, but we appreciate your folks' time. If anything pops out as far as things,
this guy's happy now because he knows that she's going away. You see how he's kind of feeling relieved.
That you might think might help, anything that stands out as far as the last.
This guy is so happy now.
6 months. I know that's since she's moved in here.
Because he can move his drum kit into that bedroom now.
I can give you one of my cards. I'll write my name and information down, and just by all means.
And she's gonna try to get her out. Well, we can save her and turn her around.
Give me a call. I'd be more than happy to come out and grab a statement from you. Okay.
No one else.
I know.
We have a big family and no one else.
Yeah, I know it's tough. It being a family member and you want to help them, but
This is the only way
Yeah.
she's gonna get help.
This is the only way we can help.
you're right.
This is-
And
that's
sometimes
like someone
tough love
being
is the best love.
Yes.
I'll go grab my card. I'll leave it for
Yes.
you guys, and then we'll likely
I didn't
head
even see
on
your guys'
out of here. Good. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm sorry. Here. What are the cops doing here?
Because they're there for the. Oh wait, sorry. Let's see.
Suspect was arrested and charged with scheme to defraud obtaining property less than $20,000 and retail theft of $300 or more alone.
So really not that
What
bad.
started as a Walmart theft call quickly got worse when officers stopped the suspect car and found 3 people inside.
And this is the reason why so my 10th grade history teacher, his name was Father Murphy, and he used to say all the time, if you're too lazy to work or too scared to steal, become a priest. And
interesting.
And so and I say that jokingly because but he also used to say the two
And that
things
really
he hates.
touched C-Grip. Oh!
And he also used to say 2 things he hates are liars and thieves, because when you lie, you'll steal, and when you steal, you'll lie. And so,
Interesting. I
yeah,
never
and I
thought
just-
of it that way, but it makes really
and I
good
just
sense.
and for me personally, I just never had that thieving gene, that thieving bug, because to me, my mindset has always been, why would I steal when I can make that with what it costs to buy it? I
Create
can make
value.
it.
Create
Exactly.
value and stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. But it's a female quality to just want to take, extract, be a parasite, not provide any value. You just think you deserve it by default, and a lot of times, like, that's a lot of people's mindset for things. Millennials and other stuff, they just think they can just have it all handed to them and all that, and it's not a good mindset to have for anything.
Yeah, and snowboard. Because if I'm going to call you to bail me out, it's going to be some big shit, not some little crap.
Yeah. You only need a couple friends, but those friends will help you bury a body.
Exactly.
Shit like that. You don't want
It's gonna be
surface
some
level
big
friends.
stuff.
Yeah. So also
I
too,
box of Trojans.
Yeah. Also too, that guy, he's not being a rat like that. Like, so here's another thing is, like, you're kind of only a rat unless you were doing dirt at the same time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you just, like, I think it's Thomas Jefferson that says, like, when in doubt, tell the truth. It really is so powerful. It takes balls to tell the truth sometimes. And, I'm not saying, rat on people, but sometimes when your integrity is questioned, do the right thing. And it's not going to be popular. You might actually lose friends or look worse, but I'm not saying go tattletailing people, but I'm saying, like, if a cop is around you asking something, sometimes they can know and they want to test if you tell the truth. If you tell the truth,
exactly.
I've told the truth to cops and then got away with stuff where I really shouldn't have before. And they were like, hey, you know what? You didn't waste my time. You didn't create some crazy bullshit excuse or story. You just told the truth. You looked me in the eye, told the truth, and kind of owned up to it. That goes a long way. And with all the cameras around and the media and all the, tracking on your phone and everything like that, you might as well just start owning what you do and telling the truth. Period.
Sometimes
You
people have
can't.
to hit rock
You just
bottom.
can't really get away. You can't really get away with anything. So just do it. You may as well just adopt. Honesty is the best policy. That's what I would do.
And sometimes
and it
people
takes
just have to hit
balls.
rock bottom.
Yeah, Yeah, in this
And
case,
so,
she's just
yeah.
going to be hitting rock. Oh! But she's cooked because her mentality is already baked in.
Yeah.
You can't, if you have one of those very selfish mentalities where you steal like that all the time, she's not about to go start creating value when she's already that deep in debt. She's just going to try to maybe find a guy who will pay it off or something like that. But, you know, to try to, you know, generate value. You know, just try to be in that mentality. If you're like that, you know, that will help with sales because you're always kind of in that mindset. Oh, hey, let me do this extra thing, or let me do this. And honestly, you can be viewed as a simp sometimes for doing that. But really, you know, creating value or added value wherever you can is always a good thing. Always a good thing. You know, don't let people take advantage of it. But by default, always try to do that. So kind of to summarize it, does anyone else have anything to say about like that last video? That girl was around 25. That's why I was showing it, because look at how, you know, selfish she was and everything.
So one of my mentors, I think it was Jim Rohn. I can't remember who said it, but they said
We'll end it on some Jim Rohn stuff too.
They said life is easy if you live it the hard way, but it's hard if you live it the easy way. And that the jail cells are filled with individuals who thought they can live life the easy way.
Interesting. Jim Rohn should have one of these, like, don't knock 304 or something like that.
Exactly. Because it takes strength, and it takes strength of character, strength of will to get up and try to find ways to add value to this world, to get compensated for that value, and to take a portion of that value and save, grow it, and invest it for future you. That takes character and strength and will.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
definitely.
Trying to hustle, and try to get over people. Because I used to tell people, I used to say all the time, that if you're someone who lies, steals, manipulates, and deceives, you attract what you are. And eventually you're going to attract a bigger liar, thief, deceiver, and manipulator. And that's why I think a lot of these 304s.
And sometimes it makes it look like those people are winning in the beginning, but they're not.
In the short term.
In the short term. Mm-hmm.
In the short term.
Yep. Like, look at drug dealers and stuff.
Yeah.
They may be killing it young, getting a bunch of chicks and all that, but guess what? They end up in jail and they get pounded in the butt.
Yep. It's funny you said that. So, you know, I grew up in a housing project, and I grew up during the crack 80s. And when I was in high school, you know, I was hanging out, you know, with, you know, the nerds and the geeks and stuff like that. But because I was from the project, I knew guys that were out there, you know, slinging. And so they were coming to school with the nice clothes. They were driving cars. You know, they had pretty girls. And here I am working at Roy Rogers, you know, part-time after school. And fast forward 10 after graduation. Yeah, fast forward, 7 years later, 6 years later, a lot of those same kids, they were either in jail, dead, or strung out on the stuff that they were slinging.
Yeah.
And to me, it was just so weird to see that transformation, that the girls that I wanted to get with, that, you know, but because I was a drug dealer, wouldn't give me the time of day. And now I'm back, you know, after being in the military, and now I'm back, and now they got their three bastards trying to give me the time of day. It's like, oh, no, thank you.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah, and this is a really good one. Maybe we'll play this, and maybe we'll do a Jim Rohn one. But this is if you just listen to stuff like this, it can have a positive effect. So this is pretty cool. It's kind of more of a story.
Went to apply for a job on Miami Beach. Milton Butterball Smith was the program director. Hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you, sir? My name is Les Brown, sir. I'd like to be a disc jockey. He said, young man, you having journalism in your background? No, sir, I don't. You have any experience in broadcasting? No, sir, I don't. He said, I'm sorry, we don't have any job for you. I went back and I told Mr. Washington. I was devastated. I said, Mr. Washington, Mr. Washington, Mr. Washington. They said no. He said no. He said no. He said no. They said no. They wouldn't even allow me to audition for them, sir. They said no. He said no. He said no. Mr. Brown, don't take it personally. I told you, know your vitamin.
This is a huge sales thing.
Most people are so negative, they have to say no 7 times before they say yes. Be unstoppable, Mr. Brown. You gotta be hungry. Go back again. Yes, sir.
Notice how it's a male teacher telling this too, not a woman.
Hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you, sir? My name is Les Brown, sir. I'd like to be a disc jockey. Young man, weren't you here yesterday? Yes, sir, I was. Didn't I tell you no yesterday? Yes, sir, you did. Then why are you back today? Well, sir, I didn't know whether or not somebody was laid off or somebody was fired, sir. Nobody was laid off or fired. Now get on out of here. I came back the next day. Hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you, sir? My name is Les Brown, sir. I like to be a disc jockey. I know what your name is. Weren't you here the last 2 days? Yes, sir, I was. Didn't I tell you no the last 2 days? Yes, sir, you did. Then why are you back today? Well, sir, I didn't know whether or not someone got sick or someone died, sir. No one got sick or died. No one was laid off or fired. Now, don't you come back here again. I came back the next day talking loud, looking happy like I see you for the first time. Hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you? He looked at me with rage. He said, go get me some coffee. I said, yes, sir. So I became the errand boy for the disc jockey. I'd go get their lunch and their dinner, and I'd stand in the control room, memorizing their hand movements on the control board.
This is the story of the entrepreneur.
And all the instruments. Learning everything that I could because
what I did to AJ.
Expected to be behind that microphone. Be unstoppable, Mr. Brown. You gotta be hungry. Know your vitamin. Be unstoppable. Be unstoppable, Mr. Brown.
That was an amazing story. And how many times have I said, you know, when it comes to snowboard, we're all victims of Stockholm syndrome. We not identify with our captor. Oh my goodness, I love you, snowboard. I cannot tell you how many hours
the people that want to
giving me.
Well, I'm trying to bring some value here, and you'll like. I know you'll like these C Grip because the Jim Rohn. We'll do a Jim Rohn one. They do have Brian Tracy too, but sometimes Roy Smooth directs Brian Tracy.
Yeah, I need to start listening to this every day again.
This is good shit. This is good. But so instead of I'm not saying don't do what C-Grip said, listen to audiobooks and stuff, but this is a way to get a hit of more of audiobook and something and kind of get yourself, motivated and tuned in.
Yes.
I'll see if I can find one other one that's really good.
The key to success, first of all, you have to know exactly what you want. And then second of all, you have to focus and concentrate. Focus and concentrate. You have to focus and concentrate. I have found that the power of clarity is being absolutely clear about the fact that you want to make a lot of money and become financially independent. Focus and concentrate. Does this mean that you become like Scrooge McDuck or like a miser or somebody who's a penny pincher? No. As a matter of fact, you find that most self-made millionaires, their greatest pride in life is their family. Their greatest source of expenditure is on their spouse and on their children. The reason that they work hard is so that they can provide a good life for the people that they love and care about. And that's more important to them than the money. Once the family is put aside, which is their primary concern, then the money is everything. And they're very, very fastidious about every single penny. Every single penny. Every single penny. Focus and concentrate. I worked for a man many years ago and I learned a lot from him. He died worth $800 million. He started with nothing and he built an $800 million fortune. Focus and concentrate. He ran 200 corporations. He was the smartest man I ever met. He could read a contract from the back forward. He could flip it like this and quote it back to you 6 months later. I mean, I'd have to carry it around to reread it today. He could quote it back to me and point out things in it, and he would put a stop and go back to that page, and he said, this is the clause we need to negotiate. I mean, this guy was smart. He died worth $800 million, but you know, nothing gave him greater pleasure than to sit at the counter of the delicatessen up the street and eat a cheap pastrami sandwich for lunch.
Probably a small hat. Yeah, some of these are really good.
He owned the street. He owned most of the property.
Some of these are really, really good.
And what I found, he lived in a beautiful home in Palm Springs.
This one kind of isn't the one I wanted. We'll do like one more of these. This Les Brown one is actually really good. But there's one. I guess we'll do
the people that want to step into.
This is good.
Live your dream. I refuse to die an unlived life. Praying with them as they cross over. But imagine, if you will, being on your deathbed and standing around.
It'll be the last thing of the show, and then I'll call it. But walk away with
given
this
to
message.
you by life. The ideas that you never acted on, the talents, the gifts, the abilities that you never used. And there they are, standing around your bed.
So don't let some 304 steal that from you either.
Looking at you with large. Live your dream.
So get out there, take that risk. You know, start that business on the side. Start, I don't know, investing in something new, or you know, make your own YouTube channel or something. You know, that's kind of what I'm doing.
Live your dream. You can win anything. Live your dream. Live your dream.
We'll do maybe another one too. Oh no, we already kind of did that one. This one's.
I want to challenge you right now about. Here's the other thing is, ladies and gentlemen, let's say it's me. Yeah. See, it's possible you can live your dream. It's necessary that you have the mindset that I'm going to do this. But you've got to take ownership. You've got to decide, hey, I'm going to do this. You've got to take responsibility for your life. George Bernard Shaw said the people that make it in this life, they look around for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they create them. You've got to decide, it's me. You've got to say,
I think I found a better one. Find a way to serve, Jim Rohn. This is what I was trying to say that I want you guys to do. My Cash App. This one's not really vibing, so we'll do one more.
I expect to win.
This one kind of sucks.
Yes, I think it's important that we say that.
We'll change it to take some chances. This one, and it ends on perfect. This is the perfect one right here. The time is 3:04 for the song, for this clip. It really said 3:04. So we're gonna end on this right here. Take some chances. Is this Les Brown one? I think is like one of the better ones.
You want to begin to take some chances. You want to begin to challenge yourself and make it okay to fail and learn from your failure. Don't allow fear of failure and the
subscribe if you're new, Ashley B. Thanks for being here.
Safe in life to draw you in. Don't allow fear to draw you in. It's necessary that you have the mindset that I can do this. You've got to begin to believe and to fortify that belief and feed that belief by listening to tapes, going to seminars and work.
Listen, when I'm saying listen in tapes, I'm saying this. So again, free on YouTube, really no excuse. You don't even have to read a book. You can listen to some pretty good beats and start feeding your mind this instead of wet ass pussy and all this dog shit.
Workshop. By stretching yourself, I can do this. It was Oswald who said, unless you attempt to do something beyond that which you've already mastered, you will never grow. As you begin to challenge yourself, you'll discover some things about yourself that you don't know right now. Don't allow fear of failure and the allure, the attractiveness of playing it safe in life to draw you in. The other thing is you begin to look at yourself, look at your dreams, and begin to experiment and stepping into your greatness. One of the things is very important. Whatever goals and dreams that you have, repeat after me, please. Make your move before you're ready. Make your move before you're ready. You have Price Pritchard, who's a great motivator and trainer, said, make your move before you're ready. Make your move. We're instructed in life to walk by faith and not by sight. Make your move. See, you want to really begin to stretch yourself. You want to become a risk taker. You want to raise the bar on yourself. Most people won't do that. See, most people engage in low life living, low risk.
Low life nigging. That's what they're doing.
Living. This God said, if you're not willing to risk, you cannot grow. And if you cannot grow, you cannot become your best. And if you cannot become your best, you can't be happy. And if you can't be
risk is I think there's a saying like risk is the reward of the gods, or no, when you take a risk, you get the reward of the gods. Something like that. I'm kind of messing it up.
Happy, then what else is there? I like what Helen Keller said. Life is short and unpredictable. Eat the dessert first. So you want to begin.
I wouldn't really listen to what Helen Keller says.
To take some chances. You want to begin to challenge yourself and make it okay to fail and learn from your failures.
Helen Keller's book was written by a small hat guy with a with like a different type of pen that came out before, that came out well after she was dead. So don't listen to Helen Keller. Don't listen to some like retarded broad. Don't eat the cake dessert first. I don't know why he put that in there.
Don't allow fear of failure and the allure, the attractiveness of playing it safe in life to draw you in.
The dog collar. That's what Seagrip is talking about, the dog collar. Don't just let that being fat and happy draw you in. Unless you want that, because I'm kind of fat and happy too, I guess.
You can't get out of life alive. You got to die to leave. So you want to begin to take some chances. You want to begin to challenge yourself. Challenge yourself. To take some chances.
Nice. See how that came to 304 right there? That's what it was. So that's it for me, guys, for tonight. Thanks for showing up. Get on that music, enjoy it, and you'll see me again soon. Have a great night.